Of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports.
Howard to the face-off circle, pass in front for Grease, he scores! Howard with a good pass, and Ashton Grease, his 15th of the year.
It's time for Oahe Capitals hockey on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Capitals hockey is brought to you by Weatherall, Leisure Palace, and Hermanson Endodontics.
Here's Ashton Grease trying to get in the front. It comes in front. They score! That's John Lyons. John Lyons' first varsity goal comes here in the state tournament.
Oahe Caps hockey is also brought to you by Fisher Rounds and Associates, Sun Masters, and All Around Graphics.
Howard will walk it in the zone. Howard with a shot, and it goes in the net, and the Capitals win! Oh, Gabe Brecker it in, and the Caps win it 2-1 in overtime.
Now, with the call of the game, here's the voice of the Oahe Capitals, John Winkler.
And a good evening as we welcome you back to the Expo Center here this evening as the Oahe Capitals take on the Watertown Lakers in our second game of two here this evening as the Caps take on the Watertown Lakers in the boys varsity game. John Winkler alongside Jim Lloyd, as earlier today it was the Watertown Laker girls winning 5-4 in overtime, and now here the boys are trying to get the win for the Oahe Capitals. Obviously it's a big game for both these teams. But, Jim, another chance for a Pick the Rink game. A lot of fun that goes into this one.
We just saw a good one with the girls, and, yeah, it is a lot of fun. It gets to be a little emotional. Each one of these kids tonight are going to play for somebody that's been affected by cancer. So there's a few emotions that go around before the game, and once some of that lets go, and then it's just normal hockey. And with these two teams, it's going to be a good one tonight.
The Oahe Capitals are coming in. They've lost their last two games as they sit now at 9-6. And you look at both of what these two teams have right now, and the big one here for the Oahe Capitals is they had 93 shots on goal last weekend and scored just one goal. So that doesn't bode well for you. And then you're saying, well, it's a new weekend. However, you go to the other side, and Watertown almost got a win against the Rushmore Thunder last Saturday because Owen McBride stopped about 70 shots. He felt like he was stopping everything that was thrown at him. Rushmore ended up escaping with a win. But the Capitals are facing another really hot goalie.
Yeah, Owen McBride, I tell you, last weekend against the number one Rushmore team, an undefeated team, Owen that was probably one of the best goalie performances I've seen. And he had that kind of game against really good shooters from Rushmore.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they were lackadaisical shots. They were good shots. And he's going to see good shots again tonight because this Oahe team, as you know, there's a lot of shooters on this team.
Ashton Grease, Carter Sanderson, Jaron Beck, the top line. They've combined for 35 goals between the three. Sanderson, the 8th grader, with 20 goals so far this season, which is 4th best in the state. And, of course, you look at Keenan Howard as well. John Lyons with 5 goals. They can't score. However, in the last weekend, it was just one goal that was scored by Howard. Just one assist, only 2 points the entire weekend for the Oahe Capitals. And you look on the other side for Watertown. They took Rushmore. They had a 4-3 lead, so they put up a lot of goals on the Rushmore Thunder on that Saturday game, and they're coming off probably their best game of the season.
Oh, absolutely. They played their best hockey that a lot of these kids have played in a couple years. They really had Rushmore on the ropes. In fact, it was down to 25 seconds, and Rushmore scored 2 goals to win the game. And basically outplayed Rushmore the entire time. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this Laker team can bounce back from that. That's a pretty tough loss. Now, if they can get out ahead of Oahe early, it's going to be real interesting to see because I think this Watertown Laker team can play with Oahe. They can. We know they can.
I think, and I would say, too, the first 5 minutes of this game is going to be a huge 5 minutes for both teams because the Caps want to score quickly to get off the schneid, make themselves get a little more confidence going, and Watertown's the same way. They want to keep that what was rolling after a tough loss, but they want to roll back into feeling pretty good about themselves too.
Yeah, and Oahe is going to right the ship here. They're going to try to right the ship, and are they going to take it out on the Lakers? It'll be interesting to see who's hungry and how this thing sways early in the game.
The last time that these two teams played here at the Expo Center, it was Pink the Rink, and Oahe absolutely ran over the Watertown Lakers, scoring, I think they had 7 goals in the first period, ended up winning by almost 10 goals in that game against the Watertown Lakers. Earlier in the season, the Caps got the win over the Watertown Lakers, so they're looking for the season sweep. But these are two different teams. It was a long ways away, about almost 2 months ago that these two teams played, and both these teams are at different spots than what they were 2 months ago.
Well, and the biggest thing for the Lakers right now, they understand what it takes to play against the good teams in this league. They did it last week. They know how they got to play. That's going to help. If they come out like they did against Rushmore, Capitals are going to have their hands full.
It should be a good one tonight here for Pink the Rink night as the Oahe Capitals and the Watertown Lakers set for battle here this evening. We'll step aside. We'll come back and hear from Coach Steve Steele, the Weather All Coaches interview. That's the Oahe Capitals on Capital City Rock, on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports, and available to listen to in Watertown on KSDR. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide root canal treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Imagine your backyard turned into an outdoor oasis. Hi, this is Jason with Leisure Palace. Imagine sliding into a hot spring spa and having the jets pulsate and rejuvenate your body, then take a few steps into your own outdoor pool, swimming and enjoying time with family and friends. At Leisure Palace, we have a great selection of spas, pools, and many other items. The guaranteed lowest prices and your oasis for family fun and relaxation. Leisure Palace of Pierre.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Tired of walking out in the morning with a thick layer of frost and having to scrape your car? Don't want to freeze sitting waiting for the car to warm up? Well, what are you waiting for? Call Jason and the crew at Sunmasters in Pierre, and they can install your remote start today so you can stay warm this winter and keep those windshields defrosted from the comfort inside your home. Call 224-6102 or stop in today at 1020 East Sioux Avenue. Sunmasters in Pierre.
The frigid air of winter and the blistering heat of summer can really put a dent into your pocketbook. The gang at Weatherall Roofing and Insulation in Pierre say, just foam it. Saving money on your energy bills is what it's all about with Weatherall Roofing and Insulation. Let Weatherall Roofing and Insulation help you save money with their custom spray foam or blow-in fiberglass insulation. Call 224-7982 for a free estimate. And remember, just foam it.
Hi, this is Assistant Captain Jaden Floor, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on 104.5 Capital City Rock and watching YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
The pregame show here on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Joining me is Coach Steve Steele for the Weather All Coaches interview. And Coach, tonight's Pink the Rink night against the Watertown Lakers should be a good one for both these teams, but an important game for both of these teams to pick up 2 points.
Yeah, these are huge games in terms of that movement in the standings. We're to that last quarter of the season where you're kind of jockeying for position in the standings and, kind of looking at potential state tournament matchups and where you're going to fall. So, every point is crucial.
We talked a little bit about in Coach's Corner too, but after last weekend, a lot of shots, just only one goal, and now facing a goalie like Owen McBride, who nearly stole one away from the Rushmore Thunder last Saturday. Just how important is it to have a good start here tonight and score a goal in that good start?
I think that's going to be the most important part is finding a way to get a lead, early in the game. That's what Watertown did a tremendous job of against Rushmore. Is they came out really, really fast, got a lead, and then that kind of allowed them to sit back and to not need to score. They've got a really good goaltender. McBride stops pretty much everything he sees. Once Watertown was able to get a lead, they kind of just cleared the front of the net, made sure he had a good view, and let Rushmore shoot. And, for him to turn away so many shots says a lot about the kind of kid he is and the kind of goalie he is.
For you guys, Carter Scholes is in net again tonight, and he's played really well over the last couple of weekends. While he didn't get the 2 wins, he did everything to give your team a shot for 2 wins.
Yeah, he did his job back there. We just got to hope we can get some more, get some goals. I guess we can't really say more shots. We had plenty of those. We just got to finish. He's done everything we've asked of him back there. He's handled a pretty heavy workload these last few weekends and really done a great job.
At practice this past week, the opportunity for you guys to kind of work on things but also not to kind of get into the heads too much of the kids, because they are still kids, whether things are going well or things are not going so well. How was practice to kind of lead into trying to score more goals here this weekend?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, again, finishing. I think we've gotten to the right areas and done a lot of the things right. A lot of it just comes down to that confidence of when you get to that spot, putting it in the net. So a lot of our drills this week revolved around that, being able to see yourself and feel yourself put a puck into the net, slowly builds that confidence. It gets you used to it and just gets you to that expectation level of, hey, I'm going to go score a goal, as opposed to let's go get a shot and see if we can get one in. Those little subtle mindset flips of I hope to I can to I know and I will. So that was a lot of our practice this week, and I guess we'll see tonight how it all went.
Keller Herman is back in the lineup after missing just one weekend, or really one full game. It's good to have him back in the lineup. Ashton Grease still dealing with a little bit of an injury, but playing hurt, not playing injured. But it's good to have those guys in the lineup.
Yeah, Keller got cleared, so, that's a big add for us. He's just such a good energy hustle guy. Does a lot of great things out there. Getting him back is a huge thing for us. And, Ashton, it's one of those things at this point of the year, no one's really 100%. So there's not anyone that's out there that's, just feeling perfect right now. But he's definitely more banged up than the others. And, he's been a great leader for this team and, continues to lead and demonstrate that through being able to play through a, pretty hard deal.
Pink the Rink night, a lot of fun, a lot of activities. It's for a really good cause, the 6-1 that the Oahe Capitals are doing. Just so much different emotions outside of the game and inside of the game because of everything that goes on. But how important is it to have a night like this?
These are always great moments. Anytime you can really shift your focus and make things bigger than the sport, and use the sport as the platform for a bigger deal. And, this is one of those times where we get to do that. And it's a really neat thing when your opponent, does so much to get on board and just jump on and continue to make this as special a day as you can. So, a lot of credit goes to all the people here that put this on, and a lot of the people in Watertown for jumping right in and, making this as much theirs as it is ours.
And finally, what's it going to take to knock off Watertown tonight?
We got to find a way to score. We got to get past McBride and get a couple into the net early. And, I think if we can get up on them early in the game, then we'll be just fine.
Coach, I appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, John.
Back with more of the pregame show next year on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
The frigid air of winter and the blistering heat of summer can really put a dent into your pocketbook. The gang at Weatherall Roofing and Insulation in Pierce say, just foam it. Saving money on your energy bills is what it's all about with Weatherall Roofing and Insulation. Let Weatherall Roofing and Insulation help you save money with their custom spray foam or blow-in fiberglass insulation. Call 224-7982 for a free estimate. And remember, just foam it.
Imagine your backyard turned into an outdoor oasis. Hi, this is Jason with Leisure Palace. Imagine sliding into a hot spring spa and having the jets pulsate and rejuvenate your body, then take a few steps into your own outdoor pool, swimming and enjoying time with family and friends. At Leisure Palace, we have a great selection of spas, pools, and many other items. The guaranteed lowest prices and your oasis for family fun and relaxation. Leisure Palace of Pierre.
Tired of walking out in the morning with a thick layer of frost and having to scrape your car? Don't want to freeze sitting waiting for the car to warm up? Well, what are you waiting for? Call Jason and the crew at Sunmasters in Pierre, and they can install your remote start today so you can stay warm this winter and keep those windshields defrosted from the comfort inside your home. Call 224-6102 or stop in today at 1020 East Sioux Avenue. Sunmasters in Pierre. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide root canal treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality first believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Tuesday night, the Solid Butte Charger boys will be back on the road once again for a big Region 2B matchup, and you can catch it on Country 95.3 FM. The Solid Butte Chargers head to Selby to take on the Harriet Selby area Wolverines. Tip-off is scheduled for 7:45 with the 7:30 p.m. pregame. The Solid Butte Chargers and Harriet Selby area Wolverines. Boys basketball Tuesday night on your home for Charger sports. Country 95.3 FM, PureCountry.com, and on YouTube at Country 95.3 FM Sports.
Hi, this is Dre Burnt, assistant captain of the Oahe Capitals, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals hockey on 104.5 Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
And as we welcome you back here to the Expo Center, getting set for the Hawaii Capitals and the Watertown Lakers, we'll have a special ceremony coming up here before we get things underway. That'll be coming up here in just about another 6 minutes. John Winkler alongside Jim Lloyd. You're listening to KCCR FM Blunt as well as KSDR Watertown. And welcome those in listening on Watertown. A familiar voice in Jim Lloyd. A little maybe not so much unfamiliar, but it's still a little unfamiliar voice in myself, John Winkler. But it should be a good one tonight. Both teams, as we mentioned before, these two teams need wins. They need to get a win here tonight. And we're going to see hopefully a really good first period, but we're going to see that first period, the first 5 minutes, be really important for both these teams.
Oh, it's going to be. You know, the Lakers jumped out early against Rushmore and basically beat that team up and down the ice the entire time. And that's what the Watertown Lakers need. They need to get up early, at least get in a one-to-one game with somebody, but they need to know that they can put it on the net early. And, of course, Oahe, that's their focus.
Yeah.
You heard Coach Steele, that's what he wants to do. He worked this week getting it in the net. That's what he's got to do.
A big goalie in Owen McBride, his save percentage at .876%, but he had a big night last Saturday, his best of the season against Rushmore. Ended up not getting the win, but played his best last Saturday. And for the Hawaii Capitals, they're hoping that was his best, and he's not going to have his best tonight because when he's good, he's very good.
You said it. When he's good, he's really good, and he plays better against better shooters.
Yeah.
He always has. And Oahe's got some good shooters, so it'll be interesting to see if he's up to the task. If he can play like he did against Rushmore and give these guys a chance to win, it's going to be fun.
It's interesting. It's kind of like baseball. When some guys can hit those pitchers that throw 90 miles an hour and can throw hard fastballs that have good stuff, you can hit them. And then you get a soft tosser out there, and they can't hit. Then all of a sudden you can't hit anymore. That's kind of how Old McBride is. Give me good shooters to go against. Don't give me any soft stuff, and I'm going to make saves all night.
Yeah. And the confidence is so much in a goalie, and you see it in Owen, like you do all the goalies. But if the Hawaii gives him a little confidence early, he'll stand on his head, and he's going to do a good job.
Hawaii Capitals and Watertown Lakers coming up next. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports, and 1480 KSDR. Tired of walking out in the morning with a thick dust and having to scrape your car? Don't want to freeze sitting waiting for the car to warm up? Well, what are you waiting for? Call Jason and the crew at Sunmasters in Pierre, and they can install your remote start today so you can stay warm this winter and keep those windshields defrosted from the comfort inside your home. Call 224-6102 or stop in today at 1020 East Sioux Avenue. Sunmasters in Pierre. Saturday night, the Hawaii Lady Capitals end their season as they host the Aberdeen Cougars. This is Sports Director John Winkler. The regular season wraps up and the state tournament is in sight, but the Caps first have a tough game against the Aberdeen Cougars. Coverage will begin at 6:40 with puck drop at 7 o'clock. Listen on Capital City Rock and watch it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. The Hawaii Capitals and Aberdeen Cougars. Saturday night girls hockey on your home for the Hawaii Capitals. Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide root canal treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
The frigid air of winter and the blistering heat of summer can really put a dent into your pocketbook. The gang at Weatherall Roofing and Insulation in Pierre say, just foam it. Saving money on your energy bills is what it's all about with Weatherall Roofing and Insulation. Let Weatherall Roofing and Insulation help you save money with their custom spray foam or blow-in fiberglass insulation. Call 224-7982 for a free estimate. And remember, just foam it.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Imagine your backyard turned into an outdoor oasis. Hi, this is Jason with Leisure Palace. Imagine sliding into a hot spring spa and having the jets pulsate and rejuvenate your body, then take a few steps into your own outdoor pool, swimming and enjoying time with family and friends. At Leisure Palace, we have a great selection of spas, pools, and many other items. The guaranteed lowest prices and your oasis for family fun and relaxation. Leisure Palace of Pierre.
Hi, this is Ashton Grease, captain of the Oahe Capitals, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on 104.5 Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back here to the Expo Center, the Oahe Capitals and Watertown Lakers getting close to coming out from their locker rooms, and we will have a special ceremony that will throw it down to Jason Dodson at the PA here in just a little bit as well. If you're watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports, you're probably going, those guys across the ice look like they might have their shirts off, and they do. Yes, they are in here at the building in the Cold Expo Center with chest paint. They got their chest paints going. They get the shirts off. There's something about the Pink the Rink night that draws the best out of everybody, and sometimes draws a little crazy out of everybody too. But it's fun to see that happen for these kids and for everybody that's here tonight.
It is. It surely brings awareness to the cancer issues that everybody is touched by. Even our referees tonight have pink and black stripes, so that's kind of a nice stripe. And everybody in all the associations have adopted some sort of an event like this, and it's really good what it does for the cancer.
They are turning the lights out here at the Expo Center, and we'll have the Oahe Capitals coming out here in just a moment. A cool little feature that the Caps have been able to do in the last couple of weeks or last year or so, as the Oahe Capitals and the Watertown Lakers are set for battle here this evening. Glad you're with us here on Capital City Rock on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Also listening in Watertown on KSDR, and welcome those or invite those to watch it on Capital City Rock Sports. Although it's pretty dark right now, if you're watching it on YouTube, there's not much being shown on the YouTube right now. But a lot of fun. Turn the lights on, a little bit more extra festivities, a lot more fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to send it down to Jason Dodson here in just a moment to get things going for us as we have a special ceremony before we get things underway. The Oahe Capitals and the Watertown Lakers. As we'll
the Watertown Lakers
throw it down here to Jason Dodson. The Caps and Watertown Lakers here this evening from the Expo Center for Pink the Rink night.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Expo Center here in Fort Pierce, South Dakota.
to pick the rink. The Oahe Capitals were one of the first associations in the state to start Pick the Rink. It was started in 2013 by Chase Bolte as a sophomore in honor of his mom who was battling breast cancer. He invited his team to be a part of what would become the annual event. Other associations have started to follow the tradition of the annual Pink the Rink event. Watertown, Mitchell, and Rapid City also hold Pink the Rink events. This event has been successfully supported by many families throughout the state that have battled this terrible disease. A common term heard through this sport is hockey family, and honestly, that is exactly what we are. One of our own Oahe hockey family members, Katie Parsons, was recently diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer at the young age of 30. She is a wife to Jacob Parsons, prior OHA player and coach, and a mother to Marlo, age 2, and Jagger, age 3 months. The Oahe Capitals are proud to host the Pink the Rink event today, where a portion of the donations will be used to assist Katie and her family in this battle. Katie and all those battling that are here and listening, you've got this. First, starting for the Watertown Lakers, each player will drop a rose into the center vase in memory or honor of. First, Mason Witt, in memory of Uncle Lee Galloway. Blair Boomsma, in honor of Grandma Kathy Wall. Caden German, in memory of all who have suffered through cancer. Nick Lenson, in memory of great-grandma Mary Bullock. Jackson Workus, in memory of Grandma Pat. Jake Bramer, in memory of great-grandma Marilyn Fisher. Thomas Foley, in memory of Tyler Wilcox. Jacob Riefenberger, in honor of Grandma Sharon Brugart. Austin McBride, in memory of Ardell Hosted. Caleb Schmaltz, in honor of great-grandma Gary Nixon. Brayson Bowling, in memory of Nana Cookie. Austin Green, in memory of Grandma John Casey Jr. Logan Osted, in honor of Grandma Marge Moen. Trey Allard, in honor of Grandma Pat Schlecht. Owen McBride, in memory of Carlene Jeffrey. Ethan Scott, in memory of Grandma Cindy Schackemeyer. Gunnar Van Gilder, in memory of Grandpa Pat, Lieutenant Colonel Walter Van Gilder. Cowan Mule, in memory of Grandma Darlene. Dakota Wertink, in honor of Darcy Wertink. Evan Witt, in honor of co-worker Cindy Jordan, and Ryan Falk, in memory of Shirley Hoffman. Now for the OHA Oahe Capitals. Colin Lee, in honor of Grandma and Grandpa Livermore. Keenan Howard, in honor of his Grandma Phil. Jaron Beck, in honor of Curtis Egan, Andy Furman, and Katie Parsons. Riley Pfeiffer, in honor of Andy Furman. Carter Sanderson, in memory of Gene Rounds. Keller Herman, in memory of Grandma Sandra Herman and in his honor of Jessica Lowe. Jace Anderson, in memory of his Grandma Danette Anderson. Jonathan Lyons, in memory of Grandma Patricia Hill. Andre Carbonneau, in honor of his grandfather Charles Carbonneau. Barrett Schweitzer, in honor of Carlita Aberle, who is also joining us here tonight. Devin Dotson, in memory of his Grandma Beth. Corbin Beestrom, in memory of Delvin Nuttall. Aiden Anderson, in memory of Grandma Danette Anderson. Ashton Grease, in honor of Andy Furman. Carter Gordon, in memory of Grandma Terry and Katie Parsons. Carter Scholes, in memory of Grandma Darlene Scholes. Kieran Duffy, in honor of all those who survived cancer, in memory of those who did not. Ryan Wadeen, in memory of Wanda Dilly. Jaden Floor in memory of Jody Oshleiser. Dre Burnt in honor of his grandpa Dale Kogel, who's joining us, and Andy Furman, who is also joining us. Grayson Hunsley in honor of his uncle Travis Pearson, who's also joining us. Please give these recipients in memory of, in honor of, a round of applause.
Also, John.
Also, John Katilnik, his mother Cecilia Katilnik in honor of. And she's joining us also. Please join me in removing cover and playing a national anthem. Singing the national anthem, Carrie Weiss from Rink High.
Thank you.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red bubbles bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We are now ready for hockey here this evening as the Oahe Capitals and the Watertown Lakers.
Also, a quick happy birthday to SDHA President
As
Tony White.
there you go.
And player Oahe Capitals, Devin Dodson, happy birthday.
We get a couple birthdays today, Devin Dodson, and also president of the South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association, Tony Life. So happy birthday to both.
Happy birthday.
So we are ready to roll here this evening. A lot of fun here for Pink the Rink Nights, and of course it is a lot of fun, and we are glad to be on the air and glad to be with you here this evening. But also want to say too that everyone dealing with cancer, whether a family member or a friend or those that are dealing with cancer personally right now, our thoughts are with you here tonight. Our thoughts are with you all the time, but it is for those that are dealing with it, your thoughts are with. Your thoughts and prayers for all of you.
Right, and the ceremony kind of puts light on in the fact that this is just a game, and you can bet that these kids do have those people in those thoughts and prayers.
We are underway as the opening faceoff is won by the Oahe Capitals, and Dre Burnt will ash and grease and put it in the zone. The Oahe Capitals and the Watertown Lakers. Watertown wearing their festive black and whites and yellow and gray and blue and green and all those good those fun colors on the jersey.
Festive, we call them.
Yeah, that's right. Here, bring it in the zone. That is Austin Green, poked away by Corbin Beestrom, as it will be eventually in the neutral zone where Beestrom will take over. Beestrom carries it in the offensive end. He'll try and swing it into the corner, but it is cleared away by the Watertown Lakers, and then Dre Burnt plays it right off the boards, carried in from Sanderson to the top of the face-off circle. A shot, and Owen McBride makes the first save with 16:20 to go here in the first period. Our starting goalies, Carter Scholes for the Oahe Capitals. 4 wins, a 2.59 goals against average, and a .904 save percentage. The Watertown Lakers, Owen McBride, 4 wins, 4.71 goals against average, and an .876 save percentage. As the Watertown Lakers win the next face-off, comes out of the zone as it's played all the way down but no icing. And the first one to it is Corbin Beestrom. 50 seconds gone by here in the first period. That goes off of a skate, and now here's Ashton Grease. 2-on-1 in the zone. Grease in. Backhand pass for Sanderson, and Sanderson couldn't pull the trigger as it was just behind him on the pass. And it will eventually come out of the zone off of the glove of Dre Burnt. Grace carries it right back in on his off wing. He looks, a pass comes in front, fanning on it was Sanderson. Beck turns it around. That one will go off of the pad of Owen McBride and out to the far side glass where it's bounced off and then chopped at by Burt. His chance goes wide of the glove side of McBride. Devin Dodson is in. His shot. That one is loose in front and trying to stuff it in again was Ashton Grease, but on the backhand, it was knocked away from him. Ryan Wadeen, one of the 3 seniors on the ice for the Capitals here tonight. Carter Scholes, the other senior. Kieran Duffy, he will return to action. He's available to return to action next weekend. Those 5 seniors here for the Hawaii Capitals. As is played in the neutral zone and then trying to dump it in. I believe that's Dakota Wartink. Might have had the number wrong. As Trey Allard that was trying to dump it in. Mason Witt not dressed tonight. He's dealing with a shoulder injury. Their top line winger is out in this game. That one will be out to the blue line. Ryan Wadeen now off the glass, or off the boards, but not out of the zone. Held in by the Lakers. That shot is off the blocker of Scholes. John Lyons trying to clear it out. Goes off of Allard another time, and around it goes for Jaden Floor. Off the glass, bouncing puck, fanning on it a couple of times, and then throwing it forward. It was going to be a hand pass. Trey Allard looking like he's going to try out for the Super Bowl. And it will be still held in, though. Blair Boomsma. Boomsma with a chance goes wide as it goes through the blue paint. It is held in by Ethan Scott. There's a shot from the boards from the near side. That was a save made. There's a rebound chance to score. Watertown strikes first. As that is, I didn't see what the number was. Jim, you might have to help me out here.
I didn't see who it was. It's hard enough to see numbers.
I think it might have been Thomas Foley.
Yep, I think it was number 13, Thomas Foley.
So Tommy Foley gets the first goal of the game. We'll make sure on it. 14-14 to go here in the first period. And just like in the girls' game, Watertown strikes first. As of right now, we think it's Foley, his 4th of the season. And Jim, we'll talk about him in just a second because he seems to be one of the best players for Watertown and a very good player as of late for the Lakers. Here's Keenan Howard off of his stick. Barrett Schweitzer now. 1-0 lead with 13:55 to go here in the first period.
Lakers goal by number 14.
It is going to be Thomas Foley that gets the goal. Boomsma gets the assist. So a 1-0 lead for Watertown. Talk about the first 5 minutes being very important. Well, Watertown strikes first and trying to create doubts in the Hawaii Capitals. That one's not going to be waved for an icing. They wave it off, and it'll come around here for Keller Herman. And at the blue line is held in by Watertown. Another chance here for the Lakers. From the backhand, trying to move it forward. That is Jackson Workus. Excuse me, that is actually number 6, Cohen Mule. And to the boards on the far side. Jackson Workus is on the ice. But now here comes over for Herman. He's going to carry it in, 2-on-2 in. Herman with a shot that goes off the skate and into the netting and out of play. 13:05 to go. Thomas Foley gets the goal. He's been one of the best Lakers as of late.
He has been. He's one of our young players and a great prospect. He's played defense most of his career and just recently went up to offense for a little bit of scoring opportunities.
And now he's got 4 goals in the season, scoring that first one of the game. 3-3 in shots, a 1-0 lead for Watertown. As it will be coming out to Grayson Hunsley in the neutral zone. Chopped out by Sanderson. He'll grab it, put it back down. And now Sanderson trying to carry it in. But a good stick by the Watertown Lakers. And Jaron Beck will pass it across for Jaden Floor. Here is Sanderson off of a couple of players into the zone, and it goes deep. Around it goes to the Zamboni doors on the far side. Sanderson has it. Pass to the goal line. Back from Grease to Sanderson. Trying to go short side on the blocker side of McBride. And it goes out of play. Another big thing about Owen McBride, he's a tall guy. He is one of the tallest goalies in the state, and it makes it harder to beat a tall goalie.
Yeah. And he's actually really fun to watch. If you watch him move around the net, he's got some seriously quick feet.
Yeah, he's a tall guy, but he moves like a short guy. 12:32 left to go here in the first period. Jaron Beck on the faceoff win. A shot is save made by McBride. Floor is able to hold the zone for a moment. Sanderson will push it back around. Ashton Grease from behind the net. Pass on the backhand goes too wide of Beck. Grayson Hunsley back to the corner on the near side for Grease. Now Beck on the near side boards on the wing. Over for Grease on the backhand, trying to stuff it in front. But it will be cleared away by the Lakers and cleared out of the zone. But knocked down by the stick of Sanderson, where he will dump it right back in. And the Capitals are back in onside. Turnover. And nearly a turnover. But it will be played back away for the Watertown Lakers. In the corner it is again. Sanderson trying to force the issue. He gets knocked down. Grease nearly tripped over him. Hunsley from the points and from the blue line on the near side. It went wide of the cage. Now Greason again over for Hunsley. Another time, that shot and a glove save by McBride with 11:37 left to go here in the first period. Student section getting fired, trying to get fired up. Literally trying to say they're getting fired up.
They look cold to me.
They
got about 10 guys with no shirts on over there.
I was going to say, they got to do something to warm up. 1-0 our score, 11:37 to go here in the first period. Face-off is won. Here's Beestrom with the point, and that one maybe looking for a backdoor feed as John Lyons was there, but he couldn't tap it in. Lyons, a pass goes across. Beestrom is able to hold the zone. Good play there from Beestrom, but then it will be taken back by the Watertown Lakers. Turned back over again by John Lyons. Here is Carbonneau. Andre Carbonneau for Dodson. Back for Carbonneau. And they'll be played down. Dodson trying to get in front for Carbonneau. Back for Beestrom. Fans on the first shot attempt. And he was able to hold that blue line with two guys around him. Beestrom was able to atone for a fanned-on shot to keep it in the zone. And Lions fans on a pass attempt. Still back behind the net and be played all the way around. Carbonneau in on the corner. Played up. And now the Lakers again trying to get it out. Dodson trying to kick it along. Burnt steps up to hold the zone. And now Carbonneau trying to play it in front, but it was turned over. Now the Lakers trying to get another 2-on-1 the other way, but it'll go all the way down. Scholes will cover for the whistle with 10:36 to go. He missed it the first time. That's why he put the paddle down, just in case he missed it with the glove.
Yeah.
He made sure that was not going to get past him.
He thought he had that covered, and it came loose there for a little bit, but he did have it covered.
Hey, welcome in Jeff Anderson, who's listening right now. He had to call the game as Jackson Workins will take the face-off and win it for Watertown. He had to call the game last Saturday with these jerseys. So I'm going to try and do a better job, or at least not get as frustrated as what I heard Jeff was last Saturday with the Watertown jerseys. 10:23 left to go. That shot goes off the blocker. They're going to wave it off. The Capitals score on a high stick.
Yep, it's going to be a high stick.
So they will not count the goal. And if that isn't what the Hawaii Capitals have gone through the last week and a half now, 2 weekends.
That puck actually went wide of the goal, and of course there was a high stick and it dribbled in behind Owen McBride. Owen had no chance to get it. He was looking the other way. Referees now sitting at center ice. They're going to talk about this a little bit, but the goal was waived.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen is it's going to be they're trying to figure out where the face-off will be at, and it'll just be just outside the zone. I think that was probably the biggest talk about that was where the face-off is going to go. So it's still 1-0. Capitals score. They finally find a way to put the puck in the back of the net.
But not that way.
Right. Maybe that's the first step. That's the first step.
Baby steps.
Yeah. And maybe, I mean, you saw it at least go in. Whether it counted or not, you at least saw it go in. As the face-off will be just outside the Watertown end here on the near side. Face-off is taken by the Lakers, but Keenan Howard nearly had a turnover. It will be now Mule the other way. He steps into that third line role as Dakota Wartink had it in, and it'll play back out where it'll be thrown back in by Watertown. And around it goes here to the near side. Jackson Workis steps in front of a opportunity to clear it away by Corbin Beestrom. Keenan Howard over on the near side corner. Turned over, Workis on the back end, swings it wide of the cage, but behind the net. Still played by Watertown. Out to the point it comes. And it's Ethan Scott that lost it to Barrett Schweitzer. Schweitzer trying to come in and a good stick. The Capitals are able to not go offside, but a big stick there from the Watertown Lakers. Otherwise, it was going to be a breakaway for Barrett Schweitzer. Keenan Howard back in. Howard, he trips over the blue line. Blue attire. And it'll be back for Watertown. Go off the glass, high off the glass. It goes in to the student section. And it looks like maybe
they're not giving it back.
He wants to keep it, and they will throw it back in. I thought maybe they had a souvenir and they were gonna keep it, but it's still 1-0. 9:22 left to go here in the first period. Ashton Grease will take the face-off. Win it to Sanderson, try to poke it towards the net, and Owen McBride will cover for a quick whistle again with 9:19 to go.
That was Austin McBride making that nice defensive play earlier. That's Owen's brother.
And the sophomore, Austin McBride. There's a lot of good sophomores on this Watertown team. Here is Ashton Grease with a shot that's loose in front. And the right and left pad of McBride were flipping back and forth trying to figure out where the puck was at. This will go all the way down, and it will be an icing, just barely an icing. Jaden Floor won the race to it. Not like it would have mattered to win the race to it, but it just barely got past the red line before Floor was able to touch it up. 9:06 left to go here in the first period. Still 1-0.
It's Jacob Riefenberger chipping it down the ice that time.
I'm glad that you're with me here tonight, Jim. Be able to tell who these kids are. Ashton Grease with a shot off the faceoff. McBride makes another save with the right pad. The pass is in front. The puck is loose, and it will be eventually back behind the net. McBride's lost his stick. He's able to pick it back up. And then into the corner it goes. Carter Sanderson over there, along with Ashton Grease. A couple of big checks from a couple of different Watertown players. Now Grease will drag the puck along. His shot goes maybe wide. Might have been another save from McBride. Pass, a little give and go back for Sanderson. Didn't get all of it, and McBride made the save. And we get a whistle with 8:35 left to go here in the first period. Jake Bramer looked like he might have got a little bit of a stinky mitt up to the face mask of Ashton Grease.
And Owen McBride, he saw 9 shots already, and sometimes the more shots he sees, the better he plays.
I would not doubt that at all. There's another chance, and that one might have gone off the right pad. It did go off the right pad of McBride. Another save. He's got 10 already, and we've played almost 9 minutes here in this first period. That one to be played over. It's Carbonell in front, a shot blocker down by McBride. Another good look there for the Capitals. Their shots are coming in a lot closer than they did last weekend so far. Schweitzer Wadeen with a one-timer goes wide. Trying to move around was Jaden Floor. And it's going to be chipped out eventually by the Watertown Lakers. And now coming the other way is Watertown. Blair Boomsma is in. And Boomsma along with Thomas Foley. That one's flipped up. That one will be out the hands and then taken down. There's going to be a penalty coming up on Watertown. Dotson ends up drawing the penalty, and Watertown will have an interference call against them. And the Caps will have their opportunity right now to try and tie this one up. 7:46 left to go here in the first period.
It's an interference call. Really kind of missed the check.
And I believe that is going to be Austin McBride that goes. And it will be McBride. That'll be in the penalty box.
Kind of missed the check and then just kind of had to hold him up. It was probably a pretty good play on his part.
So here is the Hawaii Capitals' first power play of the game. And it'll go all the way down as Watertown clears it. The Caps are in 6th in the league in power play with 19.4%. Dre Burt walks it right in, shot off the blocker of McBride. Covers for the whistle, so the Caps will have an offensive zone faceoff. 7:29 to go in the first period, 1:43 left in the power play. Penalty kills, Watertown 76.1%. They're 6th best in the league. Caps right behind them, 7th place in the league. Over for Sanderson off the faceoff win. Down to the goal line to the corner it goes for Beck. Back Sanderson, top of the faceoff circle. Now Beck will play to the far side, carry it across. Now Howard. Back here for Burt. Burt plays it back for Howard. He walks in, face-off circle, and now it's Beck again behind the net, trying to come in front. It's loose in front. McBride going over. Sanderson, his shot now goes into McBride, and he covers with a whistle. And then Ashton Grease gets pushed from behind, a little bit of pushing and shoving. And the student section loves it. And you kind of feel like a little NHL game right there, where you get a little extra pushing, and the crowd. And that's what the student section wants right now. They want a little extra here tonight.
Well, and to be honest with you, John, the Lakers they've had some trouble with some unsportsmanlike conduct, and it's hurt them in some games, and it's real important that they keep their composure.
1:14 left to go still here in the power play. On the face-off, it is won by Watertown, but the clearing attempt went off the linesman at first, and then the second chance goes all the way down. So Carter Scholes will leave it back behind the net for Sanderson to take. And Carter Sanderson, his pass goes up for Howard. Howard over in for Burnt. He is in. Burnt trying to get around. The puck will be played back around the far side. Here's Burnt. Burnt has shot off of a stick and then cleared away by Watertown with 44 to go in the power play. And here is Burnt that will leave it back for Sanderson. Sanderson lost the puck and is pushed back in by Dakota Wartink. And now Sanderson will pick it back up in the last 30 of this power play for the Caps. Ashton Grease is in. Grease got around a couple players. His pass for Howard misses behind him. Now back for Sanderson. Plays it down for Howard. Sanderson sags in. That pass. Here's Grease back to a pass for Sanderson, and he is rounded by Owen McBride.
I actually thought that was in, didn't you?
I thought it went in too.
Just the angle of the shot, and it kind of, Owen McBride was kind of down real low, and I thought for sure it went in, went right in the chest.
Unbelievable. Another great save there for McBride. He's got 14.
It's a pretty big net right there at that time.
10 minutes and 59 seconds in. He's got 14 saves. 13 seconds to go on the power play. Behind the nets, the Capitals have it. Pass goes over for Floor. His wind-up shot. That one's blocked down. 3 seconds to go on the power play. Floor bouncing puck over for Hunsley. His shot into the chest of McBride. He gets the whistle, and McBride will come out of the penalty box with 5:44 to go here in the first period, and the Caps are 0 for 1 on the power play.
Oahe doing a good job shooting the puck. You know, they have 15 shots on goal, but really getting some quality shots.
So here is again for the Watertown Lakers. Held in. Hunsley, a shot that was off of a body, and it somehow got over to Owen McBride to make another save with 5:35 to go here in the first period.
Owen's one of those goalies that'll make some saves just on his positioning. You know, a lot of times he doesn't have to see the puck sometimes.
Face-off is taken here by the Watertown Lakers. In the corner it is on the near side. 4 players will battle for it. It will come free for Hunsley at the blue line. And that shot goes off the blocker of McBride. Played back again by the Capitals. Out to the blue line, held in by the Caps for a moment, and then now be almost flipped out by Allard. It does come out, and it'll be back for John Lyons. It was Trey Allard that got the puck out momentarily for the Watertown Lakers. That pass misses everybody, and an icing will be called with 5 minutes to go here in the first period. And the White Capitals are still looking for that first goal, and they've been stymied through the first 16 shots, 16-4 in shots, and the Capitals find themselves down in familiar territory from last week, and they're down 1-0.
Well, and after a while, you have to say, if you're the Capitals, you have to say, you know, how are we going to get this thing in the net here?
That's what they said last weekend. That's what they're already starting to, they hopefully are not saying quite yet here in this game, because then that doubt will be created. As Keenan Howard trying to get it out of the zone, doesn't come out of the zone. It is Thomas Foley back across. Boomsma was in front. And Blair Boomsma, who had the assist on Foley's goal, will be played all the way around the blue line, just outside of the zone, as it'll be taken by Gunnar Van Gilder. Van Gilder, a pass for Austin Green. Green with 11 goals. He's got the team high on the season for Watertown. That pass misses everybody. Goes through. Barrett Schweitzer lost his stick. He gets it tossed back from Corbin Beestrom. And here is Dre Burns. He'll throw it across ice. Into the corner it goes. They'll push it deep into the zone. 4:15 left to go in the first period. Schweitzer finds some space. Now Howard. Howard had Burnt trying to go to the slot. Now Howard again. His pass goes off the stick of Owen McBride. He pushed it all the way to the far side boards. Held in by Burnt. Makes one move around the defenseman. And now Burnt will stop, wait, and he'll turn back on the behind the net on the backhand. Burnt still with it. Pass to the side slot. Beestrom, he scores! The Caps finally score. 3:49 to go. Dre Burnt to Corbin Beestrom. And for the first time since last Saturday, the Caps finally get a goal about 100 shots later.
And if you're the Caps, that's how you do it. You have to move the puck. And they did a really good job that time, coming all the way around the back of the cage and moving it across in front of Owen McBride. Nice puck movement.
Beestrom has his second of the season. And the Caps tie it up 1-1. Burnt will get the assist. That's Dre Burns' 8th assist of the season. Right back in. Here's Ashton Grease with a shot and a save made by Owen McBride. 3:41 left to go here in the first period. Well, that's got to feel like the entire world has been lifted off the shoulders of the Oahe Capitals.
Yeah, now you're at a 1-1 game. Now you just start playing your game.
Here is a face-off that's won by the Capitals after a bouncing puck. Grease tried to put it to the slot. It was blocked up by the Lakers, and Ethan Scott plays it up and around, and out of the zone it goes, but it'll be played back by Jaden Floor. Good play there from Floor. Played up ahead for Jaron Beck. He didn't see that puck momentarily. And at the blue line, Floor is able to hold it in. Now Beck has it. His pass is blocked up by the stick. It comes in front off the backhand pass from Floor. Sanderson tried a one-timer that got blocked up. And now the Lakers will get it back into the neutral zone, but taken back by Sanderson. His pass, not enough steam behind it, broken up, stolen away by the Lakers. We play it back to the Capitals' blue line, and then Beck will put it in the zone off the stick of Ethan Scott, and it went wide of the net. From the near side, the Watertown Lakers trying to exit the zone another time. This game has been played almost entirely into the Watertown Laker end. Jackson Workis had it for a moment. Ryan Wadeen took it away from him. And then it'll be at the blue line. Here is Wadeen another time. He gets it out of the zone. He gets around, and Ryan Wadeen trying to move offensively in, and the Caps are onside. They'll eventually come back out of the zone, and Dre Burt. It wasn't the cleanest look there for the Capitals, but they were able to get the puck in the zone for a moment. Here's Ashton Grease back in for the Caps off the pass from Burt. Lays it back for Dre Burt. He's trying to move through 3 different Watertown players. And we played back around. And Watertown now. Good stick again. This one by Devin Dodson. Dodson on the back end. Off the stick of the big paddle of Owen McBride. It was knocked up in the air and then played by the Lakers out of the zone. Burnt from his own end. Retrieves the puck for the Capitals. His pass nearly intercepted, and will end up going to Blair Boomsma for the Lakers. 1:40 left to go in the first period. 1-1 is our score. Off the boards. Played back around Dre Burns. Played up. And from Gunnar Gilder holds it in. Pass goes across. Toe drag and a shot and a glove save made by Carter Scholes with 1:26 left to go here in the first period. 20-5 in shots right now in favor of the White Capitals. 19 saves, though, for Owen McBride. Just 4 for Carter Scholes, who has not had a whole lot of action in this first period, to say the least. Here is at the blue line, held in. That one knocked down by the Watertown, though, Laker player. And back behind the net is taken back by Burt. Chips it along, out of the zone. Grease trying to pick it up. Might have hit something around or maybe hit the snow that's built up around the bench. Sanderson nearly ran into one of the Watertown players. Howard, he'll be behind the net. Howard nearly had a chance for a Michigan if he wanted to. Here's back for Burt. His shot's blocked up, but it's played right across for Beck. Final minute here in the first period. Sanderson tried to throw it to the net. Blocked up by the Lakers. Off the boards, that should go down, and it will be an icing by Watertown with 44.4 to go here in the first period.
Carter Regal's getting a little time for the Lakers, playing a little defense.
Carter Regals, you said?
Yep.
I thought I saw number 12 out there.
Yep.
I thought for sure that maybe
he doesn't have the number on his breezer covers.
I haven't been looking for the number on the breezer covers. I'm not sure why I haven't been doing that. That was played all the way back down. It's a race for it. Thomas Foley got to it right before a chance for it, and then Dre Burt knocked the net off its moorings, and we're just going to continue to let play go. It's still, finally, they blow the play dead. The referee didn't see that the net was off its moorings for probably, that was probably about 6 to 7 seconds before we finally had the play stopped.
Yeah, it was off for a while, and in fact, it was off during a Watertown Lakers shot. It'd been interesting if that would have went in if they'd have counted it.
Yeah, because that would have been an odd one. Burt ended up knocking it off when he was trying to come back on the play. This one will be played up. Ashton Grease trying to race after it, trying to poke it along, and in the corner with 15 to go. Big battle in front of the net. Jaron Beck standing in front. Sanderson gets knocked down. His pass goes through. Misses everybody in the slot. And now Ashton Grease with 5 seconds to go. Grease winds up. His shot was redirected wide. And that should end the first period, and it will. With the Hawaii Capitals and the Watertown Lakers tied 1-1 here at the end of the first period. As the Caps lead, it's tied 1-1. As we will talk with Coach Steve Steele. We get his headset over, and we can talk with him here at the end of the first period. Coach, in this first period, your thoughts on this first period?
Well, we got one in, so that's good. We technically got 2 in, 1 didn't count, but so it was good to see the puck go in the net.
I said we definitely played our style. We got a lot of our shots that we wanted to get. We've had a lot of motion and movement in front of the goalie, which has been good to see. But I said we've ultimately got to find a way to get him to crack. We had one good pass and a good one-timer there by Corbin. Again, making McBride move his eyes and hopefully lose track of the puck. So we did some good things there, but we got to cash in more than once.
That goal that was scored, it was with about 3:49 to go in the period. Did it feel like everything had kind of been lifted up after that? Kind of feel like things that were kind of lifted a little bit on the bench?
I did. It definitely did, because there was definitely a little bit of frustration when the first one went in and got waved off. So, it was good to get one and see the one go up on the scoreboard there.
So going into the second period, let's first talk about Carter Scholes, because he didn't have a whole lot of action that first period, but he had still. I think sometimes it's a little bit more difficult to make 5 saves on 6 shots than it is to make 19 saves on 20 shots.
100%. And I said that's the scary thing with McBride down there is, you get warmed up, you get in a groove, and man, he's feeling. He had a couple of crazy saves there. I thought Carter had a goal. We were all like, why isn't anyone celebrating?
Yeah.
Oh, he had the puck. That's why we're not celebrating. So, he's playing really well. And Carter stayed zoned in. He's done a good job communicating in our defensive zone. He's done a good job managing whistles and pucks. So he's still doing what he needs to do back there.
Going into the second period, adjustments that you need to make.
We've got to find a way to create more chaos in front. We've had a few of them. But we've got to have more active sticks, I think, when we're in front. We had a good tip. It was just a little high to get called back there. But, we're starting to get to those areas. We just got to finish.
Coach, I appreciate the time. Good luck in the second and third period.
Thanks, John.
That is head coach Steve Steele of the Oahe Capitals, as it is a 1-1 game here at the end of the first period. We will step aside, come back with our scoring recap, and give you all the details on that first period. 1-1 is our score. You're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and on YouTube, Capital City Rock Sports, and 1480 KSDR.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Imagine your backyard turned into an outdoor oasis. Hi, this is Jason with Leisure Palace. Imagine a hot spring spa and having the jets pulsate and rejuvenate your body, then take a few steps into your own outdoor pool, swimming and enjoying time with family and friends. At Leisure Palace, we have a great selection of spas, pools, and many other items. The guaranteed lowest prices and your oasis for family fun and relaxation. Leisure Palace of Pierre.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide root canal treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art 3-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
Monday night, the Sully Butte Chargers will travel to Langford for a makeup game you can hear on Country 95.3 FM. This is D.T. Meyer. The Chargers will take on the Langford Lions. It'll be an earlier start with the varsity tip scheduled for 6:45 with the 6:30 p.m. pregame. The Sully Butte Chargers and Langford Lions. Boys basketball Monday evening on your home for Charger Sports, Country 95.3 FM, PeerCountry.com, and on YouTube at Country 95.3 FM Sports. When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Hi, this is Keenan Howard, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on 104.5 Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back here at the Expo Center, the first intermission. John Wickler alongside Jim Lloyd. Okay, the guys are still sitting over there without their shirts on. I thought maybe they went outside because when you look at, and for those that are listening in Watertown right now, you're probably going, why in the world would they go outside? Well, it's 42 degrees here right around the Expo Center, so that's why they would probably go outside to warm up a little bit. But it is a 1-1 game after the end of the first period. John Winkler alongside Jim Lloyd, and a fun first period for both these teams.
Yeah, we talked about at the beginning of the game that the Lakers had to come out and score early to give them the confidence to play with the Oahe Capitals, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, the Lakers scored first. Thomas Foley got the goal, his fourth of the season, from Blair Boozma, who had his fourth assist of the season. And they led 1-0 for the next 10 minutes. It came with 14-14 left in the first. And then it was Corbin Beestrom that finally got the monkey off the back for the Capitals. Dre Burt was able to get that one-time opportunity for Beestrom to score to make it 1-1. But that was a huge goal for the Capitals, but also it was big for Watertown to get that lead because, again, being 1-1, I think Watertown feels better about a 1-1 game than maybe the Hawaii Capitals do here after the first period.
Yeah, I would have to say they do. You know, they scored early, gives them a little bit of confidence. But if you look at the shots on goal, 20-6, the Lakers are going to have to shoot the puck a little bit more.
Yeah.
They are. I mean, Owen will do a fantastic job and hold them in the game, but you're going to have to shoot more than six shots on goal in a period to beat the Capitals.
Yeah, the Caps right now with those 20 shots, and as Coach Steele said, for Owen McBride, he probably doesn't want to see 20 shots in a period, and the Caps are on pace for 60 right now. But it sometimes, I mean, it is a little bit easier to make 19 saves on 20 shots than 5 on 6 through the same 17 minutes. But as he also said, too, you get a goalie warmed up like Owen McBride, now it turns into, okay, now the Watertown Lakers need to go get some shots on.
Yeah, he'll hold you in the game, and he's very good at that, especially when he's going to take 20 shots in a period. He'll hold you in the game, but you know how that goalie game is. You can only do it so long.
Yeah, the mentality of a goalie is something that is unrivaled in pretty much almost anything in sports. Because really, unless you're getting a shutout, somebody's got to complain about the goalie. But it is a 1-1 game so far. Both goalies are playing well, and the Caps and Lakers are tied here at 1-1. We'll step aside. We'll come back and recap scoring throughout the states here today and let you know what the other game is that will be going on here in just a little bit for the girls varsity side. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports and 1480 KSDR.
The frigid air of winter and the blistering heat of summer can really put a dent into your pocketbook. The gang at Weatherall Roofing and Insulation in Pierce say, just foam it. Saving money on your energy bills is what it's all about with Weatherall Roofing and Insulation. Let Weatherall Roofing and Insulation help you save money with their custom spray foam or blow-in fiberglass insulation. Call 224-7982 for a free estimate. And remember, just foam it.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide root canal treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Tired of walking out in the morning with a thick layer of frost and having to your car? Don't want to freeze sitting waiting for the car to warm up? Well, what are you waiting for? Call Jason and the crew at Sunmasters in Pierre, and they can install your remote start today so you can stay warm this winter and keep those windshields defrosted from the comfort inside your home. Call 224-6102 or stop in today at 1020 East Sioux Avenue. Sunmasters in Pierre.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Hi, this is Kieran Duffy, and you're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on 104.5 Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
And as we welcome you back here to the Expo Center and we check out the scores across the state, and the only there's two boys varsity games that are both final. We're the last one to be played today. It was Aberdeen shutting out Yankton 7-0, and then Sioux Center, they shut out Sioux Falls 5-0. As Sioux Center trying to find their way to maybe being the 5 seed here at the end of the regular season. They are tied now. Sioux Center's got another 8 games to play before we get to the end of the season. They've played the least amount of games, along with Sioux Falls won it 12 games apiece. And over on the girls' side, you heard the only game that's gone final, the only game that's played so far. It is a final here at the Expo Center. The Watertown Lakers, they won in overtime over the Hawaii Lady Caps 5-4. Jacqueline Lloyd with 4 goals in regulation, and Janelle Lloyd scored the shorthanded overtime winner for Watertown. The Caps had 4 different goal scorers in Sarah Byrne, Ashton Lee, as well as, boy, I lost my train of thought trying to figure out the last one that was scored, and of course I don't have my sheet here with me. It was Kami Larson and Briley Kafka. There we go. Those 4 goal scorers as the Caps, they fall 5-4 in overtime with just 2 games now left to go. Next Saturday we'll have that game for you as the Caps and Aberdeen Cougars will finish out the season here at the Expo Center. It's 1-1 here at the end of the first period. We step aside and come back with the second period. After this, you're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports, and in Watertown at 1480 KSDR.
Tired of walking out in the morning with a thick layer of frost and having to scrape your car? Don't want to freeze sitting waiting for the car to warm up? Well, what are you waiting for? Call Jason and the crew at Sunmasters in Pierre, and they can install your remote start today so you can stay warm this winter and keep those windshields defrosted from the comfort inside your home. Call 224-6102 or stop in today at 1020 East Sioux Avenue. Sunmasters in Pierre.
The frigid air of winter and the blistering heat of summer can really put a dent into your pocketbook. The gang at Weatherall Roofing and Insulation in Pierce say, just foam it. Saving money on your energy bills is what it's all about with Weatherall Roofing and Insulation. Let Weatherall Roofing and Insulation help you save money with their custom spray foam or blow-in fiberglass insulation. Call 224-7982 for a free estimate. And remember, just foam it.
Imagine your backyard turned into an outdoor oasis. Hi, this is Jason with Leisure Palace. Imagine sliding into a hot spring spa and having the jets pulsate and rejuvenate your body, then take a few steps into your own outdoor pool, swimming and enjoying time with family and friends. At Leisure Palace, we have a great selection of spas, pools, and many other items. The guaranteed lowest prices and your oasis for family fun and relaxation. Leisure Palace of Pierre.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Saturday night, the Hawaii Lady Capitals end their season as they host the Aberdeen Cougars. This is Sports Director John Winkler. The regular season wraps up and the state tournament is in sight, but the Caps first have a tough game against the Aberdeen Cougars. Coverage will begin at 6:40 with puck drop at 7 o'clock. Listen on Capital City Rock and watch it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. The Hawaii Capitals and Aberdeen Cougars. Saturday night girls hockey on your home for the Hawaii Capitals. Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Hi, this is Steve Steele, the head coach for the Oahe Capitals, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on 104.5 Capital City Rock and CapitalCityRock.com.
As we welcome you back here at the Expo Center, the start of the second period. The Hawaii Capitals and Watertown Lakers tied 1-1. 20 shots for the Caps, 6 for the Watertown Lakers. And we are set and ready to go here for the second period. The faceoff is won by Keller Herman as it'll be played back here for Grayson Hunsley. Hunsley will look across And Herman will pick it up. Here is now moving in is Keenan Howard. That will be played, though, here by the Watertown Lakers, and back across it goes from Austin Green into Thomas Foley. And Foley is in a backhand pass. No one there except for the Capitals. Nearly went off the skate of Jaden Floor, as it's still picked up by Boomsma. Played back to Austin Green. Off the boards, kicked along by Foley. And they'll be played around, and pass in front was sticked away by Jaden Floor. And it'll come free. And the Oahe Capitals, now Keenan Howard will carry it in the zone. Howard will try and turn. Howard back behind. Goes back out to the point. Hunsley with a shot. Square on. And McBride made the save. 16:09 left to go here in the second period. 21-6 now in shots in favor of the Oahe Capitals.
It's going to be real important here for the Lakers to get more shots on goal. Six shots a period is not going to beat the Capitals.
Ashton Grease will take the face-off here against Jackson Workus. Face-off is taken here by Grease. Trying to come in front. Nearly had a chance. Now Beck fanned on it. Sanderson with a shot. Rebound is loose in front. It'll come free. Still not out of the zone. Dre Burton had a piece of it, but it'll be finally cleared away by Jackson Workus. Here is Sanderson. Off the boards and in. Racing after it is Grease. He wins the race to it. Pass for Beck, short side. And he tried to go to that far side, the glove side of McBride. There's Sanderson with a shot that's blocked up. Pass goes back out towards the blue line for Burton. He tried to kick it along, and then it'll be out of the zone by Watertown. Dakota Wertink, he had a stick lifted by Burns, and then is pushed in by Workus, who is waiting. Actually, that is going to be Mole. There we go. Mole that pushed it in the zone. I'm looking at the last name, M-U-H-L. I'm going to say Mule, but it's Mole. Here is Burton. He gets in. Starting to lose his balance and able to get back up to both his skates. There's a one-time chance that goes wide. Ashton Grease still with it here for the Caps. He'll spin a circle to the face-off dot. Give and go. Shot from Grease and right on to McBride to make the save. Good look there to Beck, back to Grease. And that's what we didn't see last weekend for the Oahe Capitals is the shots in close. We're seeing that here with McBride making 22 saves on 23 shots.
Bryson Bowling playing defense that time. It was a nice give and go against him.
Here is Ryan Wadeen from the blue line. A shot was nearly redirected by Lyons and in, but another save made by McBride. Pass goes up and into the offensive end, goes all the way down where Carter Scholes will cover for the whistle with 14:46 to go in the period. And he did a good job because it is 8 o'clock and you're listening to KCCR FM Blunt, KSDR Watertown. Perfect chance to get the legal IDs in. Appreciate Carter Scholes looking out for our best interest. Back behind the net on the faceoff win from Watertown. Played back over to the point. That shot is blocked up. Austin McBride had the opportunity. And now it's going to be Devin Dotson in. Dotson from the faceoff dot. A shot and another save by McBride. Looking to go 5-hole was Dotson. And McBride was able to get over, cover for a whistle with 14:33 to go here in the second period.
Dotson got a little deep that time. Probably should have shot it just a little earlier.
Goes back out to the point for Floor. His chance goes wide. Maybe looking for a redirect. A rebound chance. Stuffed it. And Dotson. I don't know how McBride was able to get over that to make the save. But Dotson was robbed. Here's Dotson back again from the near side corner. Pass goes all the way across. Backdoor for Floor, but he couldn't get a shot away. Coach Steele looking for a penalty to be called. Here's Dotson, another chance that's blocked up. Here is Floor. Hit turnaround. His shot, and the net will come off its moorings as we get a whistle. With 14:04 left to go here in the second period. Looking for a hook on Floor, but a good look from Devin Dotson to Jaden Floor on that backdoor pass that nearly got him right in front of McBride.
Devin Dotson putting it on the net a few times that series, man. He'd like to have a couple of them back.
The Capitals right now have 9 shots, and we haven't even played 3 minutes in the second period. 29-6 now in shots. Here's Howard for the slot. Another save by McBride. Another good look for the Capitals. They've got 30 shots now on. And then Barrett Schweitzer is taken down as the Lakers get in onside. As it'll be played from the near side. That is Thomas Foley. Pass goes through the slot to the Zamboni doors, and out it goes as Dre Burt trying to race after it. Off the boards, not out of the zone. Howard's able to poke it along. His shot goes high. That goes off the glass, stays in. That was going up high. And it almost went out of play. But it'll be back again for the Watertown Lakers, back in the offensive end. There's a shot from the point, blocked up. Grayson Bowling had that opportunity. And then, again, kicked out of the zone by the Capitals. Here's Howard with a 2-on-1 for Herman, and back in, he scores! Keller Herman back in the lineup. And he scores to give the Caps a 2-1 lead with 13:08 to go here in the second period.
Again, on that goal, the Capitals, just like the last goal that they had, they got Owen moving. They moved the puck around in order to do that. And that's how you get it past Owen McBride.
13:08 to go. Keller Herman's got his 6th of the season. And the Caps have their first lead as they lead it now 2-1. What a pass there, and the Watertown Lakers just didn't get back quick enough. As it was a long developing 2-on-1 for the Capitals. That's already the 11th shot of the period for the Hawaii Capitals. Here is Ashton Grease on his backhand. Grease still with it, trying to turn to his forehand. It's tipped in front and scores! It is Jared Beck that makes it 3-1. It looks like he was Beck. Grease is going to celebrate like it was his. But it's a 3-1 lead for the Capitals now with 12:49 to go here in the second period. He goes to celebrate with the student section.
Grease with some pretty good vision to find Beck sitting right on the door.
So we believe it's going to be Beck's goal. Grease will get the assist, but that was all because of what Grease did. Strong on his stick and turned from the backhand to the forehand, and it was tipped into a wide open net from Jaron Beck. That would be Beck's 6th goal of the season. Grease now picks up assist number 25. Grease is right back in. That's one redirected in front by Sanderson. Beck does get the goal. McBride's made another save. Grease now with 25 assists.
And this is at the point when the Capitals can become dangerous.
They found the way to get to the back of the net, and now all of a sudden they found themselves up 3-1 here quickly in this second period. Here are the Watertown Lakers. Mole will bring it in here for Watertown. Good stick from Grayson Hunsley. Back out it goes. Ashton Grease racing after it. And it was played up by Ethan Scott. Here's Beck, another chance, trying to go backdoor for Ashton Grease. Oh, McBride right now being kind of left out to dry. He's got 30 saves on 33 shots against. Here's Grease on his backhand from the near side corner. Turns back to the forehand. Plays it down for Beck. As Watertown looking like they're on the penalty kill right now. Here is Ashton Grease again, trying to throw it to the front of the net. Floor of the back door, trying to poke it in. And the Caps are going to make a change. Boy, it really does look like they're on the power play right now. Here's Beck from behind the net. Pass off the skate of Carbonneau. Goes right back to Beck, though. Plays it back around. And as it comes to the blue line, Beck get hold of the zone. But Andre Carbonneau steals the puck, and he's right back in with John Lyons. Carbonneau trying to get to the front of the net. Goes off the side of the cage. Back for John Lyons here on the near side. Lyons picks it up. Caps will finish off making their change to their next line. Carbonneau gets pinned to the boards, and then he gets taken down back behind the net. Comes in front, it's loose. It's still loose. Dodson trying to backhand it in, and somehow didn't go through. Burnt from the blue line. That's redirected wide from Carbonneau. Here is Lyons. He waits. Lyons still with it. His pass in front for Carbonneau. His one-timer goes wide. He checks to make sure the stick didn't break on the one-time chance. Played around it goes, and it will eventually come out of the zone. Dre Burnt races after it. It will be an icing with 10:59 to go here in the second period. And in the NHL, it's not a bad icing to relieve the pressure, but also in high school hockey, it's even a better icing because you get fresh bodies out because the period of the long change, that was a long shift for those Watertown Laker players.
Yeah, and the Lakers that time, they did look like they were on a penalty kill, doing a nice job of the Oahe controlling the puck.
That one's high off the glass. Is knocked down by Burnt off the glove. Knocked down the stick by Dodson. Gets the pass back from Carbonneau. Dodson with a shot. That one is off the blocker of McBride. And around it goes on the far side boards. Held in by Burnt. He'll chip it around. Dodson behind the cage. He will continue to skate to the corner. Now Lyons, top of the face-off circle. That shot, it goes in the glove of McBride. I don't know how he saw that one and was able to get the glove on it. It was going wide, but with 10:35 left to go, the Capitals had 20 shots in the first period. Here, almost 7 minutes in, have 17 shots here in the second. 17-1 in shots right now for the Capitals. It's been all Oahe here in the second period. Burnt's chance, a broken stick on a blocking shot by Watertown. That was Trey Allard that broke his stick. He gets off the ice to allow Thomas Foley to come on with 10:17 left to go here in the second period. That one's flipped out of play by the Capitals. That was by Corbin Beestrom. We get a whistle with 10:14 left to go here in the second period. And the shrapnel from the stick of Trey Allard will be off the ice. And Allard's parents not very happy because they had just lost $300. Yeah. Here is going to be John Lyons flipping it up. Dodson racing after it. Dodson is in. He winds up with a shot and goes off the blocker. Rebound chance goes off of McBride again. Caps with 19 shots now in the period. Lyons back for Dodson again. His pass goes off the stick. Held in by Beestrom. He turns a circle holding it in. Good job there by Beestrom to hold the zone. And then it'll be played out, and out of the zone it comes for Dre Burt. 19-1 in shots here in the second period. 9:40 left to go in the period. Dodson chips it off the board twice around two different defenders, but it went off the linesman, so it was ended up being cleared by Watertown. Right back in by Beestrom, though. He had the first goal of the game. Beestrom gets pinned to the boards, and then he's been tangled up. Keller Herman comes in, runs into Blair Boonsma. Pass to the back door of Dre Burt, who is cutting to the slot. Here's Schweitzer. Schweitzer behind the net on his backhand. He'll turn to the forehand. He'll look in the corner. Pass to the slot, looking for Herman on the back door, but broken up by the Watertown Lakers. Comes out of the zone, but taken right back by Howard. Howard plays off the boards. He's a 2-on-1. Howard over for Schweitzer, but he missed the pass behind him. Then swinging it to the slot was Schweitzer, and then finally cleared away by the Watertown Lakers. Burnt back from his own blue line. He tried to chip it along, but he partially fanned on it. So now Watertown is back in. Off the boards, comes out in front. There's a shot, and Scholes makes the save. His second of the period with 8:43 to go in the second period. Boy, that's a really good look for Watertown.
It is, and especially to a goalie that hasn't seen a lot of shots, and all of a sudden there it is, a pretty good shot.
Yeah, and Scholes came up big to make the save because a one-goal game is certainly much different than a two-goal game right now. Faceoff was won by Grease. Chipped up by Wadeen, trying to get to Grease, and now to come out of the zone for Sanderson, who will go one-on-one. Sanderson gets free, his shot, and a save rebound chance. That one will go wide, another chance from Beck. So that's the 20th shot already here in the period for the Oahe Capitals. 20-2 in shots now for the Caps. They lead it 3-1 with 2 goals so far on those 20 shots. Mole will dump it in for Watertown. That goes off the boards, comes right out in front. A glove save made by Scholes. Boy, that one, the boards redirected it right out in front. Flora was able to get around one man. And then played, though, back by Owen McBride. Here is Grease. Sanderson for the point. That one was redirected wide from Floor. He tried to stuff it in. There's another chance that goes just wide as Beck was on the doorstep as well. Ryan Wadeen couldn't hold the zone. Is hit back in by Sanderson. The Caps will tag back up. And the Watertown Lakers will get out of the center ice, but they turn it right back over to Sanderson. His shot going head-cutting on Owen McBride. Goes over the top and off the glass. Stays in play. That pass from Grease, bouncing off a couple of sticks and goes out of the zone. Ryan Wadeen will take it back from his own blue line as the Watertown Lakers are trying to make a change. Only got 2 new guys on. Jaden Floor blew a tire. Sanderson from the near side, the far side corner. Hands it back for Floor, walks it in, throws it to the net. Another save by McBride. It's still loose in front, and then we finally cleared away. Will it have the distance to go down for an icing? It will. With 7:06 to go here in the second period. 41-9 in shots now. And
you see a difference in this Capital team, especially in the end of this period now. They're cycling guys in front of Owen McBride. They're parking a guy on the far post. They didn't do that in the first period.
This is about as dominating as performance outside of last year as Burt started to walk it in. This is a dominating performance outside of last year's Pink the Rink game. This is as dominating I've seen a team for the Oahe Capitals since the 2020 state tournament when they beat Sioux Center in one of 2 games that was played in that state tournament. 6:48 left to go here in the second period. There's a high hit, somewhat of a high hit. It was a hit as Beestrom was falling to the ice. It went up high on him, but he was going down the ice. Behind the net, here is now Andre Carbonell with 6:30 left to go here in the second period. Then Carbonell lost the puck, but he was able to sidestep a check. And off of the shin pad of John Lyons, it's taken back by Watertown. Brayson Bowling will dump it back in. And now Lyons up the boards. It is held in by Watertown. They're still onside. There's I thought maybe it was going to be a shot, but Bowling just put it back. To me, that was Jake Bramer that just put it back out to the corner. There's a chance in front, and a save by Carter Scholes. Boy, Watertown, that's just their third shot of the period, actually fourth shot of the period, but 3 of their 4 shots have been grade A chances, and that's been really tough for Carter Scholes.
You have to hand it to Carter Schultz, not seeing a lot of shots, and he's risen to the occasion against some pretty good shots.
6:05 to go here in the second period. Face-off was won by Watertown, but then cleared by the Capitals. And it's back here for Ethan Scott. As Watertown, they fan on a pass attempt. And now back off the board. Schweitzer trying to get to it. Austin McBride cuts him off, but it will be played back behind the net where Schweitzer and McBride are still tangled up. Support from Keller Herman. Schweitzer comes away with the puck. Schweitzer will turn from the near side boards. Boy, Watertown has been a lot of standing around on the defensive side. Grayson Hunsley plays it back over for Schweitzer. He's back behind the net. Schweitzer, pass off the stick of Florida, comes out of the zone. And Grayson Hunsley will retreat to pick it up. And I know, and it's also, there's a big hit on Keenan Howard from Austin Green. And then Schweitzer gets bumped off the puck from Bloom's bump. Now here's Austin Green trying to carry it in. Green will stop. His shot goes wide of the glove side of Scholes. From the high slot, it went from Green. Here back from the corner, there's a chance to all the way go through the slot. Keller Herman, 4:50 to go here in the second period. Herman back in the offensive end. His chance goes wide of McBride. Played around, flipped up and out, and goes into the Capitals bench. And we get a whistle with 4:48 left to go here in the second period.
You saw the Lakers kind of sitting back, and they've done that sometimes this year. They'll sit back almost in a penalty kill situation. And it's 5-on-5 hockey. They've done that many times this year, and I'm not sure if they do that by design to give some guys a rest. I don't know what it is.
Ashton Grease will win the face-off, but it will be taken, though, by Watertown. And here is Mole out the other way along with the Dakota Wartink. And then he is run into by Corbin Beestrom. That's a big check there by Corbin Beestrom. Ashton Grease will pick up the puck. His pass now for Beck. Trying to lead one along for Sanderson. Sanderson over for Grease. His shot save made off the blocker of McBride. Grease again. He has it another time. Trying to get to the slot. That shot goes wide. Burnt to the back end. Played it back behind the net for Beck. Beck will turn the forehand. Trying to come in front. It is loose in the slot. Cleared by the Lakers, but not out. Beestrom. His shot goes right to the glove of McBride. And we get a whistle with 4:10 to go here in the second period.
In the defense of the Lakers, it is in the second period. It's kind of hard to get to your bench, and we've seen the Lakers in the defensive zone getting locked in a couple times this period.
And that's the thing, too, is you played it your entire period. That shot just went high over the blocker of McBride. He might have actually got a piece of it, and they called a save. He's now got 41 saves here through almost 2 periods. Ashton Grease again with it. Going to finish my thought here. Sanderson with a shot off the blocker of McBride, so another save made by Owen McBride. Boy, he has been very busy. Sanderson will lift the stick of Jackson Workis, who flips it high up in the air. He knocked the stick out of him. There's Grease with a one-timer and a save by McBride. That was right in front, a couple of feet in front of the net. Sanderson winds up with a hard shot. Another save by McBride. There's a chance that goes through, and it goes off maybe the right skate of McBride. Sanderson back to the front of the net. Grease for Beck. A dominating period here by the Capitals. They lead it 3-1. Sanderson will turn. His shot up high and went off the mask and into the glove of McBride for another whistle. The Caps are now at 29 shots in the period. 29-4 in shots through this second period with 3:17 to go.
And completely controlling the tempo and the puck possession.
Oh, my
goodness.
Capitals. I've not seen. This has been a wild second period for the Capitals, just throwing everything in the net. Devin Dodson knocked down, back to Dodson, back for Burnt. He was trying to cut towards the middle of the ice. Dodson's pass was a little bit behind him. Chipped up in the neutral zone as it's now going to be thrown in by Trey Allard. Racing after it is Riefenberger. There we go, Jacob Riefenberger, one of the best last names in the state of South Dakota. It's held in by the Lakers. That shot, a save by Scholes with 2:47 to go here in the second period. That shot came way of Jake Bramer. Boy, this has been this second period has been a lot of fun, and maybe if you're a Watertown fan, maybe not as much fun, unless you're a big Old McBride fan who's been standing on his head. Even though they're down 3-1, he's been standing on his head this entire second period. Here's a breakaway now for Devin Dodson. He takes the puck away. Dodson in, he scores! Dodson makes it 4-1, his second of the season.
And Devin Dodson knew exactly where he was going to go with that. He's a breakaway, very patient on the shot. Took his time, saw the gap, and put it right where he wanted it.
The monkey comes off the back of Devin Dodson as well. He had that first goal. His first goal came in, I believe, the first game of the season against Mitchell. He had not scored since then. He gets his second here tonight.
He's played very well this period.
He has played very well in the second period, and especially in the second period. 2:34 to go in the second. Caps lead it now 4-1. In is the Lakers. That goes off the goalpost. They beat Carter Scholes with Ethan Scott, but it'll be played back around behind the net for Ryan Wadeen. Wadeen, his pass gets broken up. There's a shot from Thomas Foley. A rebound chance for Boozma was stopped by Scholes. Boozma blocked the initial shot. That one flipped up into Jaden Fleur off the stick and back in. The Caps with 30 shots now in the period. They've scored 3 times. And then we get a whistle, a penalty upcoming. Is it going to be against the Capitals? It is. So in the Caps, well, nobody.
That's going to be on the Lakers. It's going to be on Blair Boomsma.
So Boomsma,
I believe that happened right behind the net.
So Boomsma gets called for it. And with 1:59 to go, it's basically a power play to the end of the period for the Hawaii Capitals, who are 0 for 1 right now. Face off to the right of McBride. 1:59 to go here in the period. Caps on their second power play. Puck was loose right in front of the face-off dot, and it will be cleared away by Watertown. 4-1. Capitals lead it as Dre Burt tries to go through 2 different defenders, but he lost the puck. And then all the way down, that goes wide of Carter Scholes. Picked up by Austin Green. And now Sanderson, though, will take it from him. And Sanderson, he gets knocked down. The Caps right now struggling to get it out of their own end. Ashton Grease. Now he's going to race it into the neutral zone. Grease is in the offensive end, but he gets tangled up with Thomas Foley. Both guys are all still tangled up, and now we get a whistle. An interference
they're
is
call
called.
Interference.
So the Caps will have a 5-on-3 now with 1:18 to go in the second period.
Thomas Foley showing some pretty good speed to catch up with that play and hung on just a little too long in the far corner.
So the Caps now 5-on-3 for a minute 20. It'll take us to the end of the second period if they don't score.
And the Lakers have had this year, they've had a little problem with the penalty box.
And so the Caps on the face-off, it's won by Grease. Sanderson takes it. His pass goes off of the skate, but right back to Sanderson. Now here's Burt. Back to Sanderson, walks it to the face-off dot. Still looking to pass. Now he's looking to shoot. His shot right on, and McBride saw it all the way. Makes the save with 1:05 left to go here in the second period.
And then one of these penalties is going to carry over into the third period.
As long as the Caps don't score twice, they'll have at least that 5-on-3 for a second. And then here's Dre Burt. Now walking it in. Still walking it in. Still walking it in. Goes wide. Actually, it was off the blocker of McBride. Another save there from Owen McBride. Here is Carter Sanderson. Keenan Howard blew a tire in the neutral zone. Jaron Beck takes the pass and then puts it in the zone, where now Watertown will turn. I was going to say heads up, Jim. It might be coming our way, but thankfully he turned and threw it down the rest of the way. That was Austin McBride that thought better of it to put it all the way up here. Here's Dre Burt right back in for the Capitals. He tried to go between the legs move, and Austin McBride saw that one all the way. 25 seconds left to go. Last call here in the second period for the Capitals. Sanderson will pick it up with 20 to go in the period. Hard pass up. Here's Keenan Howard. Howard carries it in onside. Plays it back over for Beck. Caps set it up with just 10 seconds to go in the period. Now here's Grease. A chance. A save made by McBride. Bouncing puck with 5 seconds to go. Sanderson with 2 seconds left. Sanderson's going to get a shot. He does, and it goes just high. Might have been redirected high. And the Caps will take a 4-1 lead at the end of 2 periods. They outshoot the Watertown Lakers 33-7 in that second period. That is unreal of a second period for the Oahe Capitals, who lead it 4-1 at the end of 2 periods. So we'll talk with Coach Steve Steele here in just a moment as the Caps, they lead it 4-1 right now. And Coach, well, you guys got a lot of shots in the first period. That was an insane second period offensively for your team.
Yeah, that was one of the better periods I think we've played in the season. Really fun to see our guys work together as well as they are right now. We had a couple. We had a turnover that their guy has a breakaway and he gets caught by 4 guys. Just that amount of effort on the back check just shows how hard our team's playing right now, and how committed everyone is to doing the right thing.
And I might have mentioned in the first intermission or in the first time that we talked, but the amount of shots that you're getting up close, that wasn't the case last weekend. There was a lot of shots that you had, but they were pretty far away. All these shots are coming in close on Watertown.
Yeah, man, the McBride kid's good.
He's
got to be. I hope he's exhausted. 53 shots. He's got a 92-ish% save percentage on 53 shots. That's a pretty good day at the office. So, you got to give kudos to the kid. He's playing his heart out. Hopefully, we can go and win this third period and continue on. Now that we've kind of broken through that seal on us.
And the biggest thing too here is that Carter Scholes made 7 saves, but he made 6 of those 7 saves were ridiculous saves to make, especially for not having much action. He's done a really good job of keeping it a 3-goal game right now.
Yeah, no, he's done a great job. Really just staying focused, staying into the fight, and always being ready for anything to come his way. They had a couple really, really good shots that he was able to fight off that period. So big part of why we're at where we're at right now.
Well, Keller Herman out last weekend in the Sunday game, comes back and scores here. Got to feel pretty good for him and pretty good for the Capitals.
Yeah, that shows you how important he was. That depth of scoring, like we've talked about all season, I think they've got, if you want to count our depth, that's 3 of our 4 goals right now.
Yeah, Devin Dodson
is our depth of scoring. So, very, very happy with those guys, and it's great to have Keller back. Again, he just tussles and skates so hard, and he's really good with his stick when he gets the opportunity.
All right, final adjustments going into the third period.
Really the biggest thing is just to continue controlling the puck. I think that's been one thing I've been very happy with so far, is how patient we're being with the puck. We're not rushing and making bad decisions. We're able to really sustain a lot of zone time in the offensive side just by doing that. So hopefully we can keep doing that and limit them to only 3 or 4 shots this period.
Coach, I appreciate the time. Good luck in the third period.
Thanks, John.
That is head coach Steve Steele of the Oahe Capitals. It is a 4-1 lead for the Caps here at the end of 2 periods. We'll step aside and come back with our second intermission. We'll recap the scoring and all the shots that were had in the second period as the Caps lead at 4-1 here at the end of 2 periods. Back in just a little bit, you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and on YouTube, Capital City Rock Sports, and on 1480 KSDR.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Imagine your backyard turned into an outdoor oasis. Hi, this is Jason with Leisure Palace. Imagine sliding into a hot spring spa and having the jets pulsate and rejuvenate your body, then take a few steps into your own outdoor pool, swimming and enjoying time with family and friends. At Leisure Palace, we have a great selection of spas, pools, and many other items. The guaranteed lowest prices and your oasis for family fun and relaxation. Leisure Palace of Pierre.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide root canal treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art 3-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
Tuesday night, the Solid Butte Charger boys will be back on the road once again for a big Region 2B matchup, and you can catch it on Country 95.3 FM. The Solid Butte Chargers head to Selby to take on the Harriet Selby area Wolverines. Tip-off is scheduled for 7:45 with the 7:30 p.m. pregame. the Sully Buttes Chargers and Harriet Selby area Wolverines. Boys basketball Tuesday night on your home for Charger Sports. Country 95.3 FM, PureCountry.com, and on YouTube at Country 95.3 FM Sports. When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Hi, this is Assistant Captain Jaden Floor, and you're listening to Capitals Hockey on 104.5 Capital City Rock and watching YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
And we welcome you back here to the second intermission. As before we get to the scoring and everything, a 4-1 lead for the Oahe Capitals. But I'm joined here with Shelby Heckenleibel and Emily Stieber. Ladies, it's good to talk to you, and you guys are here. Obviously, it's Pink the Rink night, and you guys want to thank everybody for coming out, correct?
Yes. So Shelby and I, we are cousins to Jacob Parsons, who is married to Katie, and this tonight the funds or the money raised is going to Katie, and the family would love to thank the community for coming out. It really means a lot to us, not only Katie and Jacob, but to all of us cousins. So thank you.
Yeah, and it's always fun to have a night like this, but it also hits home when everybody's affected by cancer in some way, shape, or form. But when you get somebody in particular, it really hits home to see a lot of these people out, obviously to watch the hockey game too, but to support a cause, especially for Katie as well.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. We have a massive family, and we have been blessed in our lives to not have to go through too much rough times or health scares, and so to see the community rallying around our loved one is pretty incredible to feel.
It is, yes, and hockey's been huge in all of our family, to include Jacob and Katie, and it is, like you said, hits home tonight. It's very fresh for our family, but they're amazing. I was with them before this, and they're ready to fight it, and we really just appreciate the community coming out and supporting anyone affected, but especially Katie and Jacob this weekend.
And they were unable to make it here tonight, but I was told that they were watching on YouTube, and we appreciate them watching here tonight, and it's so much fun. And now there's maybe some people that obviously are watching here tonight because they couldn't make it. Is there any way that I'm kind of putting you on the spot right now, any way that they can help donate if they weren't here tonight?
Yes, so we do have a GoFundMe page through Facebook. That's kind of our big way of sharing it, but there is a GoFundMe page where the funds will go directly to them. They can decide, where to use that money, and then anything just directly towards them as well.
Is that, I would say, maybe search GoFundMe Katie Parsons on Facebook? Perfect.
I would think so, and there is, they do have a Caring Bridge site as well that everybody can kind of follow along on her journey, her fight.
Yeah, and like I said, it's such a great cause. Pink the Rink Night's always a special night, but it's even more special this year. It's special every single year, but very special here this year. And we're praying for Katie, obviously, and we're hoping for the best and everything. And it's so much fun to see all the donations and everything go for such a good cause.
Yes. Yeah, it's been incredible.
Anything else that you ladies would like to add before we let you go for the evening?
Just kick some butt, Katie.
You got it, girl. We love you.
So, Ed, before I let you go, final score prediction?
Oh, man. I'm going to go 6-1.
6-1?
Oh, you stole mine. I guess I'm going 7-1.
7-1. Get the running clock started. Shelby,
go Caps.
Emily, appreciate the time. Thank you guys so much for coming up here this evening and talking. And, like I said, you go to Facebook and search for the GoFundMe for Katie Parsons. The Caring Bridge page can help donate. And also, if you weren't able to come here tonight, and obviously after tonight is over too, you can still help donate and follow along on the journey with Katie. Appreciate the time, ladies.
Thank you very much.
That is Shelby Heckenleibel as well as Emily Stieber and the Oahe Capitals lead it 3-1 here at the end of the second period. We'll return and have some second intermission stats for you. You're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
The frigid air of winter and the blistering heat of summer can really put a dent into your pocketbook. The gang at Weatherall Roofing and Insulation in Pierce say, just foam it. Saving money on your energy bills is what it's all about with Weatherall Roofing and Insulation. Let Weatherall Roofing and Insulation help you save money with their custom spray foam or blow-in fiberglass insulation. Call 224-7982 for a free estimate. And remember, just foam it.
Imagine your backyard turned into an outdoor oasis. Hi, this is Jason with Leisure Palace. Imagine sliding into a hot spring spa and having the jets pulsate and rejuvenate your body, then take a few steps into your own outdoor pool, swimming and enjoying time with family and friends. At Leisure Palace, we have a great selection of spas, pools, and many other items. The guaranteed lowest prices and your oasis for family fun and relaxation. Leisure Palace of Pierre.
Tired of walking out in the morning with a thick layer of frost and having to scrape your car? Don't want to freeze sitting waiting for the car to warm up? Well, what are you waiting for? Call Jason and the crew at Sunmasters in Pierre, and they can install your remote start today so you can stay warm this winter and keep those windshields defrosted from the comfort inside your home. Call 224-6102 or stop in today at 1020 East Sioux Avenue. Sunmasters in Pierre. Saturday night, the Hawaii Lady Capitals end their season as they host the Aberdeen Cougars. This is Sports Director John Winkler. The regular season wraps up and the state tournament is in sight, but the Caps first have a tough game against the Aberdeen Cougars. Coverage will begin at 6:40 with puck drop at 7 o'clock. Listen on Capital City Rock and watch it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. The Hawaii Capitals and Aberdeen Cougars. Saturday night girls hockey on your home for the Hawaii Capitals. Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Hi, this is Dre Burnt, assistant captain of the Oahe Capitals, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals hockey on 104.5 Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back here after the second period, we're still in the second intermission, and we want to say again thanks to Shelby and Emily coming up here and talking with us, thanking everyone that has come out tonight here at the Expo Center, and also thanking and talking about Katie Parsons, who this night has been dedicated to for the Hawaii Capitals and the Watertown Lakers here at the Expo Center. In that second period, it was goals scored by Keller Herman with 13:05 left to go, if I read my handwriting correctly. Keenan Howard got the assist. Jaron Beck scored just about a minute later, just about 20 seconds later. Ashton Grease got the assist to make it 3-1. And then Devin Dodson, an unassisted goal as he got a breakaway with 2:39 left to go. The Caps outshot the Watertown Lakers 33-7 in that second period. And Jim, you kind of said it. 20-6 after the first period was not in favor of the Watertown Lakers, and they needed to do something. Well, it went in the opposite way, and the Capitals peppered 33 shots on net and now lead it by 3.
Yeah, the Caps found their step in that second period and looked as good as they have in a long time and as any team in the state has. They took it to the Lakers that time, and a 4-1. The Lakers are going to still, with 13 shots, they're going to have to find a way to put it on the net.
And the Caps will have a 5-on-4 power play. Yes, technically it's 5-on-3 to start the period. That's just how the opening faceoff will be. But there'll still be 41 seconds left of a power play. As soon as that puck is dropped and Blair Boozma comes out of the penalty box, they still have a 5-on-4 where the Caps are looking to score their first power play goal of the evening. Caps will be back here at home next Sunday. We'll have the Saturday girls game for you. The girls will be at home Friday and Saturday. We'll have the Saturday game for you here on Capital City Rock on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports as they will host Aberdeen to close out the season. And then on Sunday, it will be prior to all the parties of the Super Bowl. We'll have the game for you as the Hawaii Caps will be hosting the Huron All-Stars. And that will be at 2 o'clock puck drop. It was scheduled originally for 4, but they moved it up 2 hours to being a 2 o'clock start as the Caps will take on the Huron All-Stars. Jim, here quickly before we get things going in the third period, what do the Lakers need to do in this third period?
Well, they need to get some shots on goal. You know, I said it right at the beginning of the second that 6 shots a period won't beat the Caps. And we saw that in the second period. They're going to have to put it on the net.
And for the Oahe Capitals, how they finish this off and get a big win?
Well, I'll tell you what, the Oahe Capitals look pretty good in the second period. I think they need to keep their step. And they played with a little confidence. And they really didn't in the first period because it's been a long time since they scored goals. And it's been a long, you know, and then they went down 1-0 right away. So they started playing without confidence. Second period, they had their confidence carried into the third.
Caps lead at 4-1 after 2 periods. Back with a third. You're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports, and 1480 KSDR.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Tired of walking out in the morning with a thick layer of frost and having to scrape your car? Don't want to freeze sitting waiting for the car to warm up? Well, what are you waiting for? Call Jason and the crew at Sunmasters in Pierre and they can install your remote start today so you can stay warm this winter and keep those windshields defrosted from the comfort inside your home. Call 224-6102 or stop in today at 1020 East Sioux Avenue. Sunmasters in Pierre.
The frigid air of winter and the blistering heat of summer can really put a dent into your pocketbook. The gang at Weatherall Roofing and Insulation in Pierce say, just foam it. Saving money on your energy bills is what it's all about with Weatherall Roofing and Insulation. Let Weatherall Roofing and Insulation help you save money with their custom spray foam or blow-in fiberglass insulation. Call 224-7982 for a free estimate. And remember, just foam it.
Hi, this is Ashton Grease, captain of the Oahe Capitals, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on 104.5 Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back in, the Oahe Capitals making their way back out of the locker room as the Caps have a 4-1 lead. John Wickler alongside Jim Lloyd as the Caps are going to be looking to finish things off here in this third period as they lead at 4-1. They are outshooting the Watertown Lakers 53-13, outshooting them by 40 through 2 periods. And be looking at a 5-on-4 power play for about 40 seconds. It's 42 seconds, but by the time that anybody gets possession of it, it will be about 40 seconds to go on the power play, on the 5-on-4 power play. This is a game where the Caps, they needed something like this. Maybe not to the point of this extent, but it was good for the Caps to have those 2 periods. But now they can't let up in the third period. And for the Watertown Lakers, this game isn't over. It's still 17 minutes to play and 3 shots, and you can find yourself being tied back up 4-4. Student section jumping up and down. They're ready to go in this third period. Most of those guys are probably jumping up and down to try and get warm as the Caps win the face-off, and now 5-on-4 the power play. Jaron Beck. His pass goes back for Howard on the fresh ice. Goes over for Dre Burt. Down to the corner for Sanderson. Right back up for Burt. Good puck movement by the Capitals here early on. Howard walks to the face-off circle. His shot got through. Didn't get all of it. And the save was made by McBride. Now here's Grease from the corner. Back out for Burt. He'll walk the line, turns around to the backhand, throws it back for Howard. His tough angle shot goes off of a body. Played back here for Sanderson. Sanderson plays it back, down to 5 seconds to go, and the Watertown Lakers will clear it away. And they are now 3 for 3 in the penalty kill. As it's back to 5-on-5. Dre Burt started to fly out from behind the net. Lost the puck, so he'll play it back around to the far side. Off the glass, but held in by Watertown. There's a chance that's knocked down by Burt. Good diving play there from Dre Burt. And it'll be played out and in the neutral zone here for Watertown. That one a pass just missing to Thomas Foley off the stick of Jaden Floor. And now Floor plays it off the glass. It's knocked down and out in the neutral zone, picked up by Beck. And Jaron Beck with 1 goal so far. He gets knocked down, and it'll come all the way to the goalie McBride, and he will cover for the whistle with 15:42 left to go here in the third period.
Dre Burt went off the ice that time after a diving save, and he's still kind of hurting on the bench there. A lot of times when you dive in front of a puck like that, it hits everywhere besides the pad.
Right. You're doing everything to play the body out for him, and then you don't get the cushion of it, though. Here is the Capitals again. Back out, Jaden Floor. Played down, back to Floor. On his backhand to the slot. It's still loose. Dodson from the tough angle. He scores! A tough angle shot from Devin Dodson, his second of the game, and the Capitals now lead at 5-1 with 15:23 left to go here in this third period.
I don't know how that went in. He was just a step above the red line there, and his angle was quite honestly horrible. Yeah, but he found the corner.
And especially a goalie like McBride, that one little spot usually gets swallowed up pretty quickly. But Dodson was able to find the back of the net to make it 5-1, and the Caps now lead it by 4. Here is now Jaden Floor. Dodson's got 2 goals. He's doubled his goal total here. He had 1 through the first 15 games of the season, and now he's got 2 here in this game. Jaden Floor picks up the assist. So Jaden Floor now with 7 assists in the season. There's another good look for the Capitals that goes wide. Ryan Wadine's chance knocked down by the stick and is played back around by the Watertown Lakers. Herman from the tough angle. It's covered up by McBride. And we get a whistle with 14:52 left to go here in the third period. 55-13 in shots in favor of the Hawaii Capitals.
And when you shoot that shot from as low as Dodson did, that net is really about 6 inches wide.
That one flipped by the Watertown Lakers. And it does come to the blue line where Ryan Wadine was able to hold the zone. And it comes back out to the blue line again. Wadine another chance to hold it in, but it will eventually find its way out. And around it goes. Back behind the nets, Jaden Floor on his backhand or to his forehand. Lost the puck and played here by Watertown. Trey Allard over there in the corner. Barrett Schweitzer avoids a big check from Allard, and now Schweitzer gets it up for Howard. 2-on-1 in, but Howard lost it off of his stick, and Austin McBride got to it first. But though Howard plays it through the slot, went to the top of the crease. Burt shot that one wide. A rebound chance goes off the side of the cage, and then it's tipped in by Keenan Howard, and it's a 6-1 lead with 14:05 to go. Howard's got his first of the game, his 9th of the season.
We talked about it at 3-1, how the Capitals can be dangerous, and that's exactly what they are right now, opening this thing up 6-1.
So now all of a sudden, it is closing in on some run time here for this game. Another goal by Oahe, and they will have run time in this third period. And with about 5 minutes to go in the first period, I don't think there was really any thoughts of a run time in this game because Watertown still had a 1-0 lead with about 5 minutes to go in the first period. That one in the zone, still held by the Lakers. There's a chance off the side of the nets. That was Blair Boozma. His pass now taken by Dre Burt. Herman and Burt get the assist. That one goes all the way through on the slot. The Capitals have just not been relentless in this game. Have scored 6 straight goals after being down 1-0. Corbin Beestrom. Pass goes off the boards, comes right back out to the slot. Beestrom will pick it back up. Now the Capitals will escape to the neutral zone. And it'll come all the way back here for Burt at the blue line, but Beestrom got to it first again. Comes right back to Schweitzer. Trying to push him off the puck. That was Brayson Bowling. And at the blue line, held in by Schweitzer, and around it goes. Keller Herman's the only one there in the corner to pick it up. Herman, one-timer from Howard. That one goes in. It went off the glove of McBride and in. And Howard has made it 7-1 with 12:57 to go.
I think McBride had that in his glove. It bounced right out of his glove and flipped right back into the net.
That was.
I think it was in the glove.
I was going to say that shot was going wide by a couple of feet, and it still went in.
Yeah, he reached out, and he obviously didn't squeeze in his glove, but it either went off the palm of his glove, perhaps down by his wrist, but that flew right back into the net. Pretty uncharacteristic from Owen McBride.
12:57 to go here in the third period, and we are in run time now. With just under 13 minutes to play in the third period, the Caps have got the run time here against the Watertown Lakers. Jaden Floor right back in. Floor with a shot goes wide. Herman Schweitzer does not get the secondary assist. I thought maybe that they would get him into the secondary assist, but Herman picks up his third point of the game. Missed Sunday's game with an injury. And how big is it for the Oahe Capitals right now? Because after Herman left the game on Saturday, went to the hospital to be checked out, it was doom and gloom, thinking he was probably going to be out for the rest of the season. He missed one game, and he scored 3 points in this contest. Ashton Grease is right back in here for the Caps. They lead it by 6 with 12:10 to go here in the third period. Into the corner, turned over by the Lakers. Pass for Grease, right back out, looking to get it over across, and it now will be taken back by Jace Anderson. That one misses a couple Watertown players from Anderson, goes the distance, so there is no icing with 11:48 to go here in the third period. This was, as Aiden Anderson is also in here for the Caps, going to be starting to empty the bench and having several lines be shifted around. Jace Anderson along with Jaden Floor. As Sanderson, Grease, and Aiden Anderson right now. Here is Jaden Floor. Get Sanderson and Anderson. Hard to keep them going. 11:20 to go here in the third period. 7-1. Caps lead it. Jaden Floor. This pass for Ashton Grease off of his skates, couldn't find it. Aller gets sandwiched between Sanderson and Grease. And then it was knocked off of the skates of Allard again. Ashton Grease, he lost his balance. Played back in here by Jake Bramer. Bramer a shot, that's blocked up by Jace Anderson. And then Bramer and Anderson both tangled up. Anderson pushes Bramer in, wind up shot and a broken stick. The stick just flew up in the air. That thing exploded. Another $300 down the drain here. Grayson Broling, I believe, stepped on. I didn't even see who the shot was, but that stick's in two pieces. And while it's being moved around a couple different times, I mean, that stick was nowhere close. The two pieces are nowhere close to each other right now. Here is Jaron Beck back in for Grease. That pass misses. Sanderson will play it back in, delayed offside by the Capitals. They're able to pick up half the stick. And the referee, he'll end up dropping in the neutral zone. Looked like he's going to play with a mini stick. And it's back here for Thomas Foley. Foley's a shot. That's blocked up by Beestrom. Still loose. A bouncing puck that Beestrom's able to play. And then flipped out of the zone by Sanderson. 9:57 left to go in the third period. Near the broken stick again. Played back by Beck. Dotson's on hat trick watch right now for the Capitals. He's the only guy. Well, Howard also is a hat trick watch. He's got 2 goals. Dre Burnt with a reverse hit, kicks it along. That broke the other part of the broken stick back behind the net. That pass through the slot misses. And then a huge hit on Ashton Grease. And Coach Steele not happy with the hit. Here's Dre Burnt, gets in front, he scores! Dre Burnt makes it 8-1 with 9:25 to go here in the third period. And Burt's got his first of the game. And the wheels have fallen off here for Watertown in this contest.
Well, there was a big hit over there by Brayson Bowling. And a lot of times, a team can lose its composure, but Oahe held it together, took it down, and put it in the net, and that's the best way to get over that check.
And Coach Brian Hermanson, along with several other Capital players, kind of huddled around as Ashton Grease was the one that got checked. He's the captain, so he's part of that conversation with the referees right now. And the clock continues to run here with 8:44 to go. I don't think Watertown will put up any kind of fight with the fact that the clock's still running.
And I think probably the discussion here is Oahe is kind of saying that perhaps that hit was a little high, and not only was it high, there was some words said after the hit, and I think that's what the captains are talking about. And Dre Burt is still pleading his case here with the referees. Just kind of want to make it known that they didn't like the way that went down.
So with 8:13 to go, it was Dre Burt that got the goal with 9:25 left here in the third period. As it's John Lyons up ahead for Andre Carbonneau. And Carbonneau is in. Ashton Grease, who took, how about taking a hit to make a play? Ashton Grease, he got leveled, and there's a hit along the boards. And Coach Steele, again, not happy with that call, no call again. That one will be bouncing in, and Carter Scholes will pick it up.
Yeah, Coach Steele not happy about some of these checks. Perhaps maybe they're a little late is what he's talking about, but he's kind of working over the referees here a little bit, trying to plead his case. And, of course, those coaches, they're always looking out for those kids that they spend every day of the week with.
And I think, and probably what a lot of coaches are, I think, got a lot of frustration with is the rule change and how the game has been called this year. And you get a hit that happens. Here's Watertown with a turn that's stealing the puck, and that shot goes wide. But the way the game is being played, especially this year, almost every check becomes called a penalty. So when there's a check that's not called a penalty, it is hard to tell the kids what the difference is.
Yeah.
And I say that, but I think the referees are in a tough spot too.
Yeah, and the other thing that they've really changed this year is a check after the play. Once the puck is gone, you're basically, this year, they said that you cannot check once the puck is gone. And that's a hard one to call sometimes.
And like I said, the referees I don't think are in a good spot because they've grown up with that the way it is. And they're still checking, but not a whole lot of checking. And that makes it really, really tough to call and consistently call a game like that. As Watertown got it in. That was Jacob Riefenberger who had it for a moment. Now here is Keenan Howard. He's got a chance for a hat trick. Howard trying to cut to the front of the net. The puck is off to the side of the net, and now Schweitzer passed to the slot. Howard knocks it down and trying to get it over for Herman, who's got 3 points here tonight. Here is the other way for the Watertown Lakers. Keenan Howard picks it right back up, carries it in, toe drag move. Howard trying to get to the backhand, he does. A blocker down by McBride. He's had a little bit an easier third period right now. That's just his 7th shot against. Schweitzer waits, that pass misses everybody. Herman, though, that shot, oh boy, that almost went right behind McBride as he hadn't got back to the post yet. Schweitzer, he will try and turn. 5:30 left to go here in the third period. It is in run time with the Capitals leading by 7. That goal scored by Burt to make it a 7-goal game. Took about a minute off the clock before he got things back going again with that long discussion with the referees. Here is now Jace Anderson that will turn with it. Anderson up, Keller Herman. He gets checked, and the toughest thing right now is to try and keep this game calm at the end of this one because any check kind of leaves a sour taste from everybody. There's Grease, a backhander. There's going to be a Dotson, a backhander that goes wide. Because Keller Herman got hit by one of the Watertown Laker players, and he didn't like that hit too much. And so things might be a little bit, with a 7-goal game, things might get a little out of control if you're not careful, as Carter Gordon and Thomas Foley got tangled up. Here's Wadena pass off the stick of Gordon. That should go down for an icing. They're going to wave it off. Either that or they thought he had the red line with 4:20 left to go in the third period. 60-17 in shots. The Caps lead at 8-1. From the near side, Carter Gordon. His pass to the slot was knocked down. Aiden Anderson had another opportunity, but now we go back the other way as it's thrown in. Gloved by Scholes. He'll drop it. He could have waited for the whistle, keep the clock running, but Watertown picks it up. That shot goes just over the stick and helmet of Carter Scholes. Now here's Jaden Floor. He'll spin a circle around. His pass up to the blue line. He'll wind up shot. They score. Watertown makes it 8-2 with 3:40 left to go here in the third period.
I believe that's Bryson Bowling. Bryson Bowling from his defensive position.
That's his first goal of the season for Bryson Bowling with around 3:30.
Oh, I'm sorry, that might have been McBride. It's a jersey thing, I think, Jeff. Jeff, we got you on that one. Our friend back in Watertown, Jeff Anderson, is watching tonight and listening to us.
We're going to give it to McBride until we hear differently, which we'll hear soon. A couple Watertown players run into each other. Here is now Jaron Beck. It is McBride.
It is McBride.
That's his third.
That's on his backup stick. Remember, he's the one that shattered a stick.
That's right. Austin Green got an assist, and Boomsma got the other assist. Boomsma and Green get the assist to make it 8-2. 2:44 left to go. Here's Sanderson with a chance that goes high over the glove side. He's still looking. He's been a little bit in a scoring drought. Is Carter Sanderson. Even though he's got 20 goals, it's hard to say that someone with 20 goals in a season is in a scoring drought, but he has been struggling to find the back of the net lately. But the Caps have an 8-2 lead here with 2:24 left to go in the third period. Ashton Grease. He carries it back in. Grease leaves it for Beck. Beck toe drag move. Trying to get it back to the front. And now Beck was able to knock down a man. Pass to Sanderson, and it's a right pad save for McBride. Wadeen with a wind-up shot. It's loose, and it's then tapped in by Ashton Grease to make it a 9-2 game.
Owen McBride got outside the crease that time, and pretty good odds it was going to get behind him. There were several players around the net, and Owen kind of got caught in no man's land.
Grease makes it 9-2, 11th goal of the season with 1:47 to go here in the third period. And so the Caps, boy, the JV team scored 10 goals for the Oahe Capitals, and now the varsity team has got 9 goals. They're making up for last weekend after having 90-some shots and only had just 90-some shots, only 1 goal. 1:20 left to go here in the third period. There's a chance. Carbonneau turns it over. That shot, glove save by McBride.
Oh.
Boy.
Lakers getting a little sloppy here, you know, and it's probably easy to do in a 9-2 game, but boy, having a hard time keeping track of the puck.
55 saves from Owen McBride. 64 shots for the Oahe Capitals. Final minute here in the third period. A couple of fade-on chances. Dodson throws it back behind the net again. Corbin Beestrom. In the corner it goes. Wadeen got the assist as well. I think I missed the first assist in that one. But Ryan Wadeen get an assist, and there is a penalty coming up against Watertown. Carbonneau got a shot away with 27 seconds left to go. Sanderson stepped back on the ice. Burnt will wait with 20 seconds left to go. Burnt still with it. Well, pass goes for Beestrom. And now John Lyons with now 12 seconds left. And the Caps, I think, are going to let the clock run out here with 7 seconds to go. John Lyons still with it. 3 seconds to go. And the Oahe Capitals will win it 9-2 over the Watertown Lakers here this evening on Pink the Rink Nights. The Caps boys varsity team picks up 9 goals on their way to a 9-2 victory, getting 64 shots on net, 64-19 in shots in favor of the Caps, and they win it 9-2 here this evening.
And there was a Laker penalty at the end of that period, still stands, and I'm not surprised if that one might be a check from behind, or I doubt a boarding, but it could have been a check from behind there.
Yeah, which would be a 2-10, which probably doesn't do anything anymore, but it still has to be recorded.
Yep, it goes and recorded, yep.
So the Caps win it 9-2. We'll step aside, come back with the post-game show. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock Sports and on 1480 KSDR.
The frigid air of winter and the blistering heat of summer can really put a dent into your pocketbook. The gang at Weatherall Roofing and Insulation in Pierce say, just foam it. Saving money on your energy bills is what it's all about with Weatherall Roofing and Insulation. Let Weatherall Roofing and Insulation help you save money with their custom spray foam or blow-in fiberglass insulation. Call 224-7982 for a free estimate. And remember, just foam it.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide root canal treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
Imagine your backyard turned into an outdoor oasis. Hi, this is Jason with Leisure Palace. Imagine sliding into a hot spring spa and having the jets pulsate and rejuvenate your body, then take a few steps into your own outdoor pool, swimming and enjoying time with family and friends. At Leisure Palace, we have a great selection of spas, pools, and many other items. The guaranteed lowest prices and your oasis for family fun and relaxation. Leisure Palace of Pier.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pier. Zanders has been servicing the Pier area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pier or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pier, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Tired of walking out in the morning with a thick layer of frost and having your car? Don't want to freeze sitting waiting for the car to warm up? Well, what are you waiting for? Call Jason and the crew at Sunmasters in Pier, and they can install your remote start today so you can stay warm this winter and keep those windshields defrosted from the comfort inside your home. Call 224-6102 or stop in today at 1020 East Sioux Avenue. Sunmasters in Pier.
Hi, this is Keenan Howard, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on 104.5 Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back in here into the post-game show, the Oahe Capitals, they beat the Watertown Lakers 9-2 here this evening as the Caps were down 1-0 with Tommy Foley scoring the first goal of the game, with Blair Boozma getting the assist. And then it was Corbin Beestrom, Keller Herman, Jaron Beck, Devin Dotson twice, and Keenan Howard twice, and Dre Byrne all scoring to make it 8 straight goals. And the Oahe Capitals led it 8-1 before Austin McBride made it 8-2. And Ashton Grease then finished it off with a 9-2 win as we welcome in Coach Steve Steele here into our post-game show. And 64 shots, 9 goals here tonight. You probably would have taken some of those into last weekend. However, that is a big way to break out and get out of that scoring slump.
It is. So that felt good. It was good to see our guys get some traffic and get some goals that we didn't get this year. We haven't had a whole bunch of deflection and then the rebound. We've had a lot of the skill goals, where we get a breakaway or we've had a good shot, and some of those wide angle ones where we've got some gaps on the post, but it was good to see us kind of have a couple different style of goal today.
And you talked about secondary scoring in that second intermission. Corbin Beestrom, Keller Herman, Devin Dodson got 2. Dre Burt, who has been scoring, but all those guys score, which is 3/4 of or 2/3 of the goals. That's big to get.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We've obviously messed with our lines the last few weeks trying to make sure we get everything right in time for the state tournament. We're really providing that depth right now. We had goals from all 3 lines, forward lines today. We had goals from, for sure, one of the defensive lines. I don't remember if the other D-line got in on it, but, anytime that you can spread the scoring that deep, it's a good sign.
Yeah, and whether they got an assist. Jaden Fleur didn't have an assist, but of course there's a lot of positives to take from it. But also as a coach, you're also looking at where you can improve. In a game like this, what are you taking from this and saying we got to be better in this area or that area?
I think the biggest thing, we had a few defensive breakdowns. Carter bailed us out a couple times. They had a good shot, and we can't afford to have any slip-ups or let-ups, and that's kind of been the struggle, I think for us this season is when we play the big game, we've not been able to play a perfect game yet. We've played I would say a perfect period here and there, but we've not been able to string 3 of them in a row together yet when we've needed to. So we've got to find ways to cut out mistakes and just continue to play confident.
Now 10 wins on the season. You're off the rest of the week, or the rest of the weekend, and now play again next Sunday when you take on the Huron All-Stars. How big of important is it to have a day off tomorrow and before you get the stretch? Obviously, you got a 1-game weekend next weekend 2 games against Sioux Center the following weekend, then 1 more game against Sioux Falls 1. But how important are these days off on the weekend on either Saturday or Sunday?
They're very important, especially this time of year where guys are banged up. We still got a lot of guys playing well under 100%. So hopefully, we'll take Monday off this week. Usually we go pretty hard on Mondays. We'll take Monday off, with the game being Sunday, and probably pick it up on Friday. But I said we'll really focus on kind of trying to get healthy and just maintaining our conditioning at this point because, games like this, we feel very good about where we're at in terms of conditioning and skating.
Last 2 years, Pink the Rink night has been favorable for the Oahe Capitals. It's been favorable for everybody involved, but how special is it to get a win like this on Pink the Rink night?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. Anytime you had a huge student section here tonight, it was loud, a lot of fun. And we asked the guys, to make sure that they remembered why they were playing today, and you're playing in honor or in memory of somebody, and that needs to mean something. You need to be able to, if you were able to talk to that person, obviously some of them can and some of them can't. But if you were to talk to that person after the game, you've got to be proud of what you were able to do out there on the ice for them.
Coach, I appreciate the time. Congratulations on the win. We'll talk to you Wednesday in Coach's Corner.
Thanks, John.
That is head coach Steve Steele of the victorious Oahe Capitals, as we will get Jim Lloyd back in here to wrap things up here from the Expo Center. And, Jim, I know both teams are going to be leaving here. The girls for Watertown, and obviously your drive back home a little bit better than what the boys' drives back home are because the girls end up with a 5-4 win. But in this game here, Watertown, they tried to hold on for as long as possible, but the Oahe Capitals were just too strong today.
Yeah, I think you said it. Oahe Capitals in that second period, they took over the game and hit their stride. And they actually played just like the Oahe Capitals typically do. And it was too much for the Watertown Lakers. But the Watertown Lakers right now are in a precarious situation. They're on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
And they've got to win some games. I haven't looked at it yet, but they've got to win some games, and they're probably also going to have some help to get into the tournament.
Because when you look at where they're at, and after this game is completed here, and it might be even updated here on the website, we'll look at the standings here. Watertown got 8 points right now. The Capitals that has not been updated officially yet, but the Lakers now at 4-11 on the season with 5 games left to go. Mitchell's got 2 points ahead of them. Right now, where you're sitting at, you're probably expecting we got to go in as the 8 seed. The 7 seed is almost out of reach.
Right.
And they got to find a way to get past the Mitchell Marlins to get in the state tournament.
Yeah, and, the Lakers have at times played really well. They played really well last week, and they played really well in the first period tonight. And they just haven't gotten to that point where they can put 3 full periods together, and it's tough right now. Outside looking in, you're going to have to give everything you have down the stretch here to get into that tourney.
The Oahe Capitals, they were able to keep hold of that number 4 seed and continue to hold on to that after going into next weekend with the Aberdeen Cougars that are right behind them in the standings and have a game in hand, actually have 2 games in hand, down 3 points. So the Cougars they control their own destiny to be the 4 seed. The Caps right now seem to be in that 4-5 position, but it becomes very important to continue to win games for the Oahe Capitals as well.
Yeah, Oahe Capitals are sitting pretty good, John. I think they're sitting 4th right now, and I said it from day one before the season even started. Just looking at the personnel, that look out for those guys in the state tournament.
Yeah,
if this Oahe Capital team comes in with confidence in the state tournament, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
Coach Steele's been there before, and these kids do know how to win. These Oahe Capitals, they know how to win. They lost their stride just a little bit the last couple games. I think they're back now. This is a great game for them.
Yeah, that was a huge performance for the Caps to pick up that 9-2 win here this evening. And, again, they get the day off tomorrow, and they'll get back to playing next Sunday when they host the Huron All-Stars. And, of course, that game will be on Capital City Rock. And you can watch it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Jim, it's a pleasure always working with you.
Yeah.
We're less than a month away from doing this for 11 straight games. Jeff will be joining us for it, but we're less than a month away from 11 straight games that weekend, and then another 11 games the following weekend. 22 games.
I thank you for inviting me out today. I looked forward to this for a long time, and boy, that state tournament now can't come fast enough.
Well, it's going to get here pretty quick because the girls, they finish their season next weekend.
Yep.
And then the boys are a couple weekends after that. The U14 tournament, I believe, is that following weekend. So they'll have that U14 get a chance for a weekend or two break, and then get into the to the state tournament. So, but we are just about here for it.
Yeah.
Like
well,
I said,
if you like what you saw today or what you heard, tune in to that state tournament. We're going to have 22 games in 2 weekends right here, and it's going to be a live stream, several cameras. It's going to be Jim, John, and Jeff, and it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of really good coverage yet to come.
That's right. If you're listening in Watertown, same station for all 22 games. If you're listening here in the Pier area at Capital City Rock, all 22 games. And if you're watching on YouTube, and we invite you to go watch YouTube as well, all 22 games will be on the Capital City Rock Sports on YouTube as well. So go like and subscribe right now, so that way you already know by the time that the state tournament rolls around, Capital City Rock Sports on YouTube is where to search Capital City Rock Sports, and you'll be able to watch all those games. And they'll be archived as well.
Yeah, lots of good hockey to come. I'm really looking forward to these state tournaments.
It is going to be a lot of fun, and we want to say thanks to Spencer Kelly back at the station. Jim, appreciate the time for coming up and doing the games with me. And John Winkler signing off here from the Expo Center. A 9-2 win for the Oahe Capitals on Pink the Rink night over the Watertown Lakers, as we say good night from the Expo Center.
You've been listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Capitals Hockey is brought to you in part by Weatherall, Leisure Palace, Hermanson Endodontics, Fisher Rounds and Associates, Sunmasters, and All Around Graphics. Join us all season long for both boys and girls varsity action on your home for Caps Hockey, Capital City Rock, and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. This has been a special presentation